Try to see it your way. Only time see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. Why do you see it your way, your stupid way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. I hope we can work it out. Think of what you're saying, you retard. You can get it wrong and still you think that it's all right. Man, listen. Think of what I'm saying. We got the right thing. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can work it out. Life is very short. Lyrics. And there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime. So I will ask you once again, man. Try to see it the right way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. Why do you see it your wrong way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. You're right, Totem. In every life situation, we can work it out. And yes, we're so back. Yeah, that was a disaster. No, I did not mute my mic physically. So, StreamYard, I've told this before. Anyone who uses StreamYard, it's fairly simple, but like they're always reinventing the wheel. They'll move the bells and whistles, the same shit, but they'll change the format, or the what used to be under this heading is now under that heading. And somehow me going live decided that, the mic should be muted. So once again, every time you use StreamYard, it's like you're always relearning because something okay, now I do this, I do that, or that. Oh, now I got to remember to unmute the mic. And they'll probably fix this bug, but every time they decide to mess with StreamYard, which seems to be every like 3 or 4 weeks, every time they do this, all they do is move. It's the same shit. Nothing's improved. They just move shit around. Okay, so we're back. Ah, yes, Flip Wilson. No, you want to talk? Normally it's midnight now, buddy. Yeah. It's midnight here in Jersey. But go ahead. So you can talk. You slept in, but you're tired. Yeah. You're up later than you should be, but you're not quite ready for bed. Maybe you should go to bed now. We're winding. We came back to say we're winding down. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, buddy?
I wasn't gonna say anything. We're here. We're streaming. I had a day off, so I slept in. I slept later than usual. So
normally you'd be in bed. Usually by 11 o'clock. You're like, now you're going to be tired. You're definitely tired. But you're probably going to have to sleep in. Don't risk a DUI. Be late. It's better to be late and get fired than get a DU fucking I.
This is true.
Or DWI or drunk driving charge.
Whatever the hell it's called.
But he's so committed. The reason I think you took those 10 pills, you thought, oh, my brother OC doesn't use these pills anymore, so I should use them up. Instead of taking like 3 or 4 different pills, I'll take 10 of them. It's like it was stupid. It was retarded. But I don't believe you're suicidal unless I'm not looking at the signs. Some have told us absolutely.
No, I'm not suicidal. What he's saying about using is wrong. I just figured whether you take 520s or 1010s is the same difference.
Well, no. A guy who actually met you in person thinks you're suicidal, so he must be right. He was right about me. I never, there's negative, there's positive and negative and neutral, but there's also truth and bullshit. And I think what you see propaganda-wise, you take negative truths, like 3 or 4 negative truths, of which I have many, and then you throw in a total lie, which is negative. So it's like, you're right, OC lives in filth. OC's a bum. OC leeches off his brother. The brother's suicidal. Like, we're really jumping to a strange point.
Going through looking glass.
Maybe you are. Maybe not seeing the signs, but I think it's like, it's almost, like I said,
I have never tried to harm myself.
3 truths and a lie. I can present the lie. The total bullshit is fact. If I present 3 truths, yes, people say you're this, you're that. I agree. I'm a bum. I'm a slob. I can't get shit done. I'm an autistic fucking ugly weirdo who fucks things up. I leech off my brother. We live in filth. All that. None of that is secretive. I've admitted to all of that. But you know what I mean? Like,
yes. All right. So Dubs watched his latest video.
Oh yeah.
Did anyone else watch the video?
I don't know who this is. Troubled Mind. He's saying he's pretty sure it was you guys who called the Todd's live stream. Was it really us? Oh my God! Again, we've mentioned. I understand. This is a fair question. I know this is newbies can ask fair questions. Yes, that was us. But I'm surprised so many people remember. I'm really shocked. We know Todd has a big following, but I'm really surprised so many people remember that. Like, was it 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I don't recall this name, Troubled Mind, even over on.
No, how'd you end up here, Troubled?
Were you someone else?
I want to see something real quick while I'm doing this. Think of what you're saying. Let's go there. Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still you think that it's all right. Think of what I'm saying. I gotta see something real quick. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can work it out. We can work it out. Do, 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 do. And there's no time. Okay. For fussing and fighting.
Go back.
If you see that, you'll know it.
See what?
I don't know. You see this name here? If it pops up, you'll know who that person is.
Okay.
Because I'll show you. I don't want to share it with the Starlings just yet. We can share it in a minute. This is what's his. You'll know if you see that name. It's this gentleman.
Okay. Yes.
This is what he calls himself.
Okay.
So if you see this, he might have also. But if you see this,
yes,
you recognize him.
I do. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Where were we? Okay. Midsummer Night's Stream. It is. It's late July. It's beautiful weather. I should be enjoying this time of year better because we like what's his name? What the hell's his name? Rafterman put it best, or maybe it was Willem. In this part of the world, it's not that. I'm not saying it's like Alaska or Minnesota miserable, but winters and chilly weather seems to last the bulk of the year. So we got to utilize and enjoy this warm weather for a few more. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I know exogenous forces, like StreamYard, like you said, exogenous forces decided to mute my mic. I didn't do that. StreamYard, like you were saying, we were like trying to come back. StreamYard decided upon itself. Oh, let's mute this now. Probably some glitch because they keep fucking moving things around. Yeah, I didn't. Endogenous. Internal. It's a word I wouldn't use because, like I said, it sounds so much like exogenous, androgynous. But then he goes and uses what? Ameliorate. Like, I remember that one. I took an SAT class in high school. Ameliorate, exacerbate. I'm trying to, okay, yeah. Well, I'm surprised. I uploaded that about an hour ago. Finally, I said I got one other video from when I actually went to Staten Island to meet Dr. Smith. We're watching that. We're getting through that. I said, I'm not going to upload these videos until Brother Click sees them first. I owe him that. And he's been tired. We watched him, but he was drunk and tired. So I said, I'm not going to upload it until you approve. Brother Click approved and uploaded it. I'll get you that other video. And some other stuff has happened. For someone who does nothing with his waste of a life, I have other stories to tell, which I'll get to. But for now, yeah, if I can't clean a bathroom, can't clean a kitchen, live in filth, can't get a job. Even this, which I shouldn't be wasting time on, is like a project that, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's the fun project that means nothing.
Yes.
Starlings mean nothing. You were getting pissed.
Kind of.
Okay, but anyway, so we're awake. We're going to have one beer. Maybe go to bed next half hour.
Yeah, no.
What does Brother Click want to say about life in general here? How many of you actually watch? It's only been up for an hour. The video is 45 minutes. You put it on like what?
Apparently they all did.
No, they put it on like ×2 and skipped ahead and they heard bits and pieces. So you're worried about
Okay, well, I mean, look what they're saying, though.
Okay, what comment do you want to click on? Let's go.
King Dubs, you remember John Lennon?
He's being a bit facetious, but once upon a time, many streams ago, I think I had a pair. I think it was not my Elton John shades, which I lost. I think they fell back there. I was wearing a pair of round shades. It was last summer. I had these round shades on. He goes, "Hey, with those shades and your hair and the way, you kind of look like John Lennon." So I told him, I said, "Yeah, from time to time, people might say that in passing." Now in this video, he can't remember that. He's like, I remember I said you look like John Lennon. No one else ever said that. He's implying. I said, no, I've actually gotten that. I've even got, believe it or not, I did get Paul McCartney once or twice. Not as much. So when I put those shades on, those round, not the Sir Elton faggoty shades, but those round ones I have, they're upstairs. People say you kind of look like John Lennon, especially my hair's longer and yeah.
So Cass says she watched it.
Well, let's ask, what did she think?
Cthulhu said he watched it at normal speed.
What is president? Oh, he's voting without voting.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm surprised so many people.
Yeah.
I said should we stream because we're gonna keep watching the Staten Island. We're almost done with that, but he's getting tired-ish, but not ready for bed. So I said, "You're here." The Starlings always say, "Where's Brother Click?" So I said, if you don't want to do this, he was videoed out. He said he'd rather sit, get drunk, and talk, in the background. He was videoed, so I'll upload that video in a day or two. Yeah,
you see the video that took a lot of watches, rewatches, pause. Let's talk for 20 minutes. Watch another 30 seconds. Pause. 20 minutes. It's a real process.
But it's funny what you said. Maybe the Starlings agree. My shrink was going on about he didn't want to work with welfare people, those types. Yeah. What did you say? Yeah, we said he wants to just collect shekels from the worried well.
Yeah, the worried well. He wants the upper middle class people to talk to him about their problems.
Not ask him questions. Yeah. I think he's never been asked so many questions.
Correct. Yeah, and just deal with that, as opposed to the poorer, mentally challenged who don't have access to goods and services or things are so problematic for him, you know.
So we'd watch, we'd edit, we'd say, like the beginning, there was nothing top secret. But I'm like, the beginning is just bullshit. Oh, hi, what time was it? So I'm like, let me crop that out because it's boring.
Sorry about being late.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
for overstaying.
yeah,
A lot of fluff, a lot of just irrelevant.
So we
shit.
cropped out the bullshit. I wanted the meat and potatoes, and I think it was pretty meaty, potatoey.
Yes.
You should come on once. Don't be scared, man. We want to see your face. When I do panels, I'm not here just to talk to randos for the fun of it. I want to meet people. Come on, tell me. You've been here before. Tell us about yourself. I think some people don't understand that. And like you were saying, I can take trolling, but it's like when you get a troll like Totem or a troll like Penny Pounder. They're trolls, they're assholes, but they know what's going on.
Yes.
When you get a total out of the blue left field guy like that JT dude, it's like you're not just a troll. You're like, at least know what you're trolling me on. Like Totem knows who my doctor is. He's seen the other videos. Penny Pounder knows I live in New Jersey. I like to do a quick check. I don't have to explain these things. You want to troll me, that's fine, but don't make me rip. Oh my God!
Don't send people here.
Right.
If people stumble upon it, find out about it, great. Don't give orders and say, "Oh, go to this channel, go to this channel." It's a waste of time.
Because, like you said, if JT had stumbled across me all by himself of his own accord, he wouldn't. He'd say, "What is this shit?" He'd leave.
Yeah, exactly.
JT is so basically Totem is trying to like burn down the coffee house by bringing in people who wouldn't even go into the coffee house in the first place. Yeah. Hey man, I will give you 10 Swedish kronors if you go. He goes, that place looks like a dump. No, here's 20 Swedish kronors. He's taking advantage of the mentally ill.
Yeah.
You agree with
shame
that?
on you, Totem.
Yeah. No, Totem looks like Cheech Marin, kind of. Cheech Marin, yeah. No, I'm sorry, not Totem. I was thinking about Thule. You're Thule. Totem looks like, you've seen Totem, right? The Swedish Norwegian. Who does he kind of look like? We were saying he looked like someone. I forget. We'll have to look at him again. I forget. Yo, Thule, you do kind of look like Cheech. So we can have like, I'll get my Lennon shades. We'll get some Oriental chicks. You can my Yoko, and you can be Cheech Marin. We can do one. We get someone who looks like Tommy Chong. We can do one. Yeah.
Yeah, neither do we.
Well, that's I'm asking about his credentials, and even that he's like, why do you need to know so much? He answered the question, but you get the impression he's never been asked this. I asked him questions that I asked the Starlings who come on panel, like not to be nosy. Like I said, I even told them I'm not asking about your bowel movements or your sex life or your bank account PIN number or something. We've known each other we've seen each other online, and but I think the reason I uploaded this, I called it a shrink on shrink, a preamble. You could tell he never met this Dr. Smith, and Dr. Smith never met him. But you could tell my shrink was not happy with what he was hearing. Like, yeah, Dr. Smith said I have autism. What? Oh, yeah.
Her next comment.
Yes, that's why. Because my brother said to me, he's like,
getting too biographical, kind of boring, kind of.
Right. My brother's like, do we need all this? All this crap about this college, this and that? And I said, well, like Trump says, it's part of the weave. And without that, it wouldn't make sense when he's like, gee, maybe you are autistic. It wouldn't have made sense. So I'm like, it's long-winded, it's kind of unnecessary, but it'll justify
that reaction.
Right. That's all part of the editing thing. I asked my brother, should I take this out, leave this in? He's like, this part's kind of boring and it slows down the video. But I'm like, but it leads to the whole, well, maybe you are autistic. Yeah. I said, finally, after what, fucking almost 200 sessions. Okay, great. Thanks. Yes. And he loves you. He's probably, the thing about maybe you are autistic, no, he's probably said, gee, why are you asking me these questions? Just Now, I got to go see the problem. You'll see in the video. The girl who she was very pretty, too pretty to be working there. She, and you can see the sneak peeks on, I'm not friends with Totem on Discord. Those who saw on Discord, I posted her picture and Dr. Smith's picture. But, like, the girl, like, why was she measuring me? She took my weight in pounds. You can see my weight. Yes. Why is she measuring me in centimeters, which she herself can't fathom? It made no sense. So I think she mismeasured me. But next time I'm a real doctor, I'll have to say, you only take my shoes off. What's my real height in feet and inches, in real, not in metric. Why? And it's not like I can understand maybe she was a foreigner or she studied abroad. I studied in Paris. And I got used to metric. I can what?
Maybe like the left side is standard, the right side is centimeters. She was on the right side. So that's what
she should be able to look up. But I mean, she didn't want to get too close, look over my left shoulder. But I can understand if she was foreign or she's American who studied abroad. I got used to centimeters, but she clearly. Well, they didn't see the video yet. We'll upload that in a day or two, and we're done. Okay. No, see, that's the problem. Like, you're at a coffee house. I'm like James Taylor. I'm playing a song or two, and I stop. All right, let's take a little song break. I'm going to tell you about me, my life, and let's meet some people. You there, gentlemen. You've been here many times. Yeah, my name's Thule. I live in Arizona. Cool. Thanks for sharing with everyone. You. I'm Cassandra. I also live in Arizona with my boyfriend, fiance. Yeah. Okay, cool. You. Yeah, I live in Minnesota. I have my own coffee house, or maybe my own arena. My name's Thomas White. I just came here. Fine, that's cool. We learn about you. When you get a heckler who doesn't even want to, who does, that's the thing. He's not just heckling. We got Totem and Penny Pounder are resident hecklers, but I know them. I know Cassandra. I know Thule. I know Kevin Meebanks. I know these people. I know Endymion. I know these people. When you get a heckler who wouldn't even come through the door unless someone shoved him in. That's my gripe. Like, you want to heckle me, fine, but at least the hecklers know who I am. When we bring in a heckler who wouldn't even walk through the coffee house door, it's like, well, why is this dude here? He clearly doesn't understand what a coffee house is, and the guy who sent him clearly really doesn't know what a coffee house is or wants the coffee house to burn down. I don't want an arena. I don't want this. I don't know if they use this in Norway, but here in the United States, when you have a business or an establishment, there's something called maximum occupancy. You can't have more than X amount of people. Sometimes restaurants get crowded. There's a line at the door. You can't have more than X amount of people, whatever, based upon the fire marshal and the local zoning laws. There's usually a sign in businesses. I'll record one sometime. Maximum occupancy, and it gives you a number. This coffee house is meant to be a coffee house, not an arena, and we can't jam pack an arena audience inside a coffee house. That will violate the maximum occupancy
clause. Yes.
It's not me. It's the fire marshal, man. You're in violation of the health code or whatever. All right, where were we? I'm behind again. Where were we? Yes, it's late for him, but he had a day off and he's tired, but he not quite ready for bed.
Yes.
Here's Raftaman. I like neat purgatory. I love this dude. I mean, he says a lot of stupid. He said 9 out of 10 things he says are really stupid left, but then he makes up for it by saying something brilliant. Neat purgatory, brilliant, Rafter, man. I love that. You get credit. Neat purgatory was brilliant. This is why my coffee house. Oh, hey, that guy over there from Maryland. You've been here before. What do you have to say? Yeah, Maryland in my 30s. I feel you're a neat purgatory. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, it's like a coffee house, not a fucking arena, and not a coffee house filled with an arena crowd that's going to violate the maximum occupancy rule. Totem wants to burn down our coffee house, Starlings. He wants to bring in hecklers who wouldn't come in. It's not just that they're heckling. It's like they wouldn't come in of their own accord. He wants to burn down our coffee house. Guys like Dumb or Destroyed by Foids, they're failed normies, but they're not Spurgs. They actually care about viewership and subscribers and all that shit, because Dumb would complain, oh, they don't come in anymore. I used to get more people. Normies worry about that shit. I really am a Spurg. Todd Thundercock, Grotesque Subhuman, was something special. He was like that unique Spurg who had this mass appeal and was a genius and the first to put himself out there. He's special. A Spurg really shouldn't have, that many viewers. I never, it's already getting too big. I never wanted this. So if the coffee house closes down, it's your fault, Starlings. No, maybe. I'm going to, Totem, I shared it on Discord, but we're not Discord friends. You'll see her in the video if and when I get up around to, I do want to upload it. You'll see it in the video. Yeah, those who are, the real members, the people those who really want to be here. They insisted I get Cassandra insisted I get Discord. I said, fine. I made friends with a few people, and those people, like Dev Pike and Thule and Meebanks and Cassandra, they, even fucking Donda, they can see those pictures. I called it a sneak peek. They can see the sneak peek. You got to wait till the movie comes out, Totem. You're the kind of guy who walks into a crowded movie theater and screams, fire, when there's no fire, and people get trampled to death. We got problems here, man. You want to, destroy a nice, intimate setting. It's troublesome. I thought so, too, because when he repeats it, now I remember, okay, a college in Montreal, and we were looking it up. He acted like, this is another thing, most people, okay, if you want to become, let's say, something in the trades, like an electrician or a plumber or whatever, or automotive HVAC, you become an apprentice first. You're an apprentice. You're not paying to be an apprentice. You actually get paid. Technically, it's a job, but you're paid shit, and it's on your way to becoming a fully vested, fully bonded, fully licensed plumber or electrician or whatever. I mean, and there's another step, journeyman, but that's not the point. The point is, an apprenticeship in the trades is the same as an internship in the business world. You don't pay to be an intern, but you don't get paid a whole lot. You get a little stipend, and the whole point is I got my feet wet, I can put something on a resume, and then I could get a real, a full job. I'm not paying to be an intern. I'm working for peanuts, just like the apprentice with the plumber. I'm working for peanuts, but it's educational, and then I'll be able to put in a resume and get my next license or certification or hired. So you got apprentice in the trades, you got intern in the white-collared office world, and you've got fellowship, a fellow in the academic professorial world. Virtually all people pursuing a PhD don't pay for it. They don't get paid a whole lot. They're basically bitch boys. They're apprentices. They're interns. They're not paying for it. Technically, it's a job, but they're doing it for the education. And if they pass and they do a good job, they get to eventually be fully vested professors. This dude paid for his own PhD, and he acted as if that was totally fucking normal. I'm looking up. I went on Reddit, of all places. I said, PhD, do you pay for a PhD? And the consensus from people who were, they said, sometimes you can, but that's weird. The vast majority of fellows are like apprentices or interns. The pay is shit. I got to grade all the real professors' papers. I had to teach these classes to these freshmen or whatever. It's a pain in the ass. They only give me like a little stipend, but it all goes towards credit, towards me getting a PhD. And if I fuck up, they can kick me off the fellowship. But if I hang in there, when this is all over, they'll say, congratulations, you passed. Boom, you're a fully vested professor, PhD. Now I can go be a professor. You're paying your dues like an apprentice in the trades or an intern in the office. A fellow is paying his dues in the sense of working for peanuts, not paying for it. This dude apparently paid for his own PhD and acted as if that's totally normal. I'm looking at him like, okay, so we're learning about him. Yeah. He probably is. You know what? He probably is. Because I got to ask him, I don't think this guy is going to be, let's see, he's 73, 74. I think he got his undergrad in Canada. He didn't come to Jersey until, I get the vibe, he dicked around Canada for 10 years, worked shit jobs, and then said, I want to get some money. So he probably saved up working shit jobs. There were no colleges in Canada, so he came to, he somehow ended up in Jersey. He probably wanted to go to New York City, and realized, okay, New York City is more than shiny lights. It's 5 boroughs, and it's surrounded by Long Island and Jersey. He ends up here. Yeah, it's. I think he did nothing for 10 years. I don't think he got into this until his 30s. Now, I agree with Totem, a broken clock. Now I'm learning more about him. He's probably still paying it off in a set. He said, "Why I didn't want to work with welfare people." Oh yeah, those people, the people I said in the video, the people, yeah. What is Cassandra saying here?
You're artistic.
She's saying, yes, one of the reasons I get hung up on details, and I told him, I'm trying to explain to you Starlings, if you tell me something in passing, I may not remember, but by repeating it, I go through it, I digest it, now I can remember. Instead of saying something stupid like, are you a PhD? And now I'll forever know, okay, undergrad, master's, which is a stepping stone, a terminal degree, never heard that term, to a PhD. We learned 2 new words. The 2 new words were endogenous, the opposite of exogenous, and we learned terminal degree. I should have called this stream terminal degrees. Next time I'll call it. So he said, well, it was a pretty good price. It was educational, sure, but by itself it was shit. Okay, that was a stepping stone, and you paid for your own PhD, which, yeah, he made me feel like a fool. I'm like, I'm starting to. Then I go online. People do pay for PhDs, but that's rare. You must be a moron if you're paying for a PhD. You're not smart enough to actually get accepted into an apprenticeship or an internship. So he made me feel kind of foolish. I'm like, wait a minute. I kept saying fellowship. That's like he's one of the few people who didn't get a fellowship who had to pay for a fucking PhD. What a joke. You're the broken clock. We're not you. See, that's the problem. So what I call heckling, I don't mind when you rattle my cage. It's entertaining, and we get some interesting points out, and other Starlings learn. When you're pushing people through the door who they're not even rattling my cage. They just want to rattle anything. They wouldn't have come into the coffee shop of their own accord. You push them through to rattle. That dude didn't. That's the thing. At least Totem, you should pat yourself on the back. You and Penny Pounder know what you're. You guys know what cages you're rattling. When you bring someone who doesn't even know what the cage is, it's like, this is retarded. You want to burn down the coffee house. So you got tired of rattling my cage, and now you want to burn down our nice coffee house. Matt, you want the health department to close us down, or the fire department, because you want to fuck up the maximum occupancy. People come and go naturally. Don't force cage rattlers to the door who don't even know what the cage is. Yeah, at least you want to rattle my cage, fine. At least know what the cage is. And I blame you. Forget him. He's retarded. I blame you for taking advantage of a retard and shoving him through the door. Schmeckler. I'm not Rafterman. The 1 to 10 what? I said my shrink was 1 out of 10 who paid for a PhD, or you're talking about the 1 out of 10 people who don't want to be here because what's the 1/10 we're talking about? I'm behind. Okay, this is the girl. I think she's a woman from Indiana. I forgot how old she. How old are you, Darnell? She came on our grilling stream.
From Indiana.
I think she's from India.
Okay,
She's a starlingette who flies in every so often. Can you tell us, Darnell, how old are you roughly? Give us your age. How old are you? I'm 43. He's going to be 40. How old are you, Darnell? And you're from Indiana, you said? Yeah. She comes and goes. No one knows. She comes and goes. Goodbye. Darnell Dodge 2. What day is it today? Monday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, we're gonna miss you. Okay. And again, we get some people who don't even know who Todd is. You know, that's the thing. A lot of us are Toddites. But then you get people who found dumb.
Yes.
Who
we have the Toddites and the Toddlights.
That's good.
Toddites and Toddlights.
Not even Toddlights. They're like dumb people. But in more ways than one.
I think he had a little over 2,000 subscribers.
It might be something great, yeah. Well, I would imagine psychology would be a fellowship. Unless, well, I guess in this case he didn't want to be a professor. But still, I would think something like that would be a fellowship. Oh, okay. All right, I'm learning here. I'll have to look it up. So, depending on the discipline or the area of study, okay maybe. But I thought we would be, okay, we need math people. If you're smart enough, we'll give you a fellowship. We need science people. If you're smart enough, we'll give you a fellowship. We don't need that many PhDs. So the handful that are really great, you get a fellowship. The rest of you fuck off. Or if you really want to shell out a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars, okay, maybe. I can ask him, but he'll get all upset. Like I'm crossing a boundary, Cassandra. That's what. It's not the question or the lack of an answer. It's the how could you ask me that? I'm like, well, we know each other well enough. I think I should be able to ask you that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Cassandra. See, can you Starlings make the parallel? It's not the question. It's not about whether a chick would sleep with me or whether a guy is a paid for his PhD. It's or knows the area. It's they act like, how dare you ask me that? As if I'd asked them the last time they took a shit. It's like, oh my god. Yes, and guys like him and guys like Matt Destroy, DBF, they worry about subs. I don't think Todd really ever cared. No. He's right. It's meaningless. But Todd was special. Todd was the exception to the rule. He was the one Spurg that seemed to have mass appeal. As a Spurg myself, I don't care about viewership and members and who comes and goes the way normies, failed normies like Dumb and DBF do. But as just a run-of-the-mill Spurg, we already broke the mold with Todd. I don't expect too much. Please stop crowding my coffee house with people who don't even know what cage they're rattling. Which now that I've said that, he'll probably do it more. But yes. Where'd Darnell fucking she
just came on to say hi and goodbye.
Oh, okay. How old is Darnell?
That's kind of what she does.
We're just asking. Yeah, just kind of what she does. She cut. No. Goodbye, Darnell Dodge Bund. Well, I'm getting the impression, like my brother said, he doesn't want to deal with those types. He wants to collect shekels from what they call the worried well. You ever hear that term?
Yes.
Like,
people who are economically sound,
right,
have good jobs, but they're still not right.
I'm a former Stacy. I was a beauty queen and a model, and now I married a Chad, and he's a business executive, and we own 3 or 4 different. We don't live in a mansion, but we also own a shore house, a lake house, yes, and a desert house, and we go all over the world, and things are great, but sometimes I think back, and my mother and I didn't always get along. One time, when I was a little girl, I wore a yellow dress, and she said, Cheryl, you should have worn a blue dress, and that hurts. And these people don't have real problems, yeah, and they clearly don't want to ask him about himself. They want to talk about themselves for 45 minutes. So it's like, yes, that's what he wants. I don't have to answer questions about me. I'll sit here, nod my head. Yes, mothers can be challenging. You tell me some bullshit story that had no bearing on your life. You can pay me your money to for me to just sit and just someone to vent to or something. Go to work. Get the hell out of yes. Go to work and take your shit. When you leave home, take your shit with you. When you leave the coffee house, take your shit with you, Totem. Okay, so are we winding down ourselves this time?
We
He's
might
going to
be.
work. You gotta go to
Yeah,
bed.
yeah, it's been a half hour.
Is there
Unless anyone else has anything interesting to say.
It is boring. Like I said, this is for people who want to be here. If you're bored, fly away. I want to finish my beer. We'll go a little longer. When you get tired. By the way, if you're gonna be an hour late, say fuck it. I couldn't get up. It was my day off. We gotta find you a job, a shit job where you're only working 4 or 5 days instead of 6. It's getting ridiculous. Because I can understand 6 days if you were making a lot of money, but it's a shit job. You're getting paid the same you would if you worked 4 days for 10 hours. Or even 5 days for 9 hours, you'd be making the same amount of money, doing the same kind of work, but you get an extra day to rest up. So it's not like the 6 day gets you extra monies. You're basically working a 4 or 5 day job, but stretched out, spread out thin over 6 days. But that's all right. But who am I to bitch? Because I'm the mooch.
Yes.
Okay. But apparently the other Starlings agree with Totem. It's getting boring. Time for us to fly.
Everyone went silent. I guess everyone's winding down.
Everyone's winding down. We're all winding down.
Yes.
I'm going to finish my beer and I'll probably call it at some point.
I know, yes.
Wow. Maybe Totem is a genius. Totem, you were right. This is boring. Okay.
He has his finger on the pulse in the coffee shop.
Finger on the pulse. Finger on the pulse. He should be the manager of the coffee shop.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yes.
I do the business. He does the business. I do the like when you're here, like these movie stars and these musicians, they get cheated out of some agent, some agent steals all. Okay, he should be my corrupt, scummy agent that I put all faith in. Okay, Totem, you've shown me. This is your job. Get back here, you motherfucker.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, Cassandra. I actually was hoping, because as one of my regular Starlings who seems to be interested in this shit, I thought you'd have more to say, but you're just kind of, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's not okay. Well, let's think about what we want to do. Do you want to call it a Okay, my brother's winding down, but what I want to say real quick, let's say this. It's okay. All right, maybe we're not getting bored. We just need to process. Because I said to my brother, I didn't want to stream tonight. I wanted to keep editing videos, but he was getting burned out with that.
Yeah.
And I said, if we stream, I just uploaded this video. I said, if anyone comments within an hour, they clearly didn't watch it because it's 40 some odd minutes. I say, because sometimes that happens. I'll put up a video. And the video is like maybe 45 minutes, an hour, and I'll get like a comment within a minute. First, I was here first, or whatever. It's like something like these people didn't even watch it. So it's like I'm skeptical of any comments that come too quickly. Maybe it's too soon. But we were talking about weirdos. There's a thing you said that I thought was brilliant. We can paraphrase. Let me pull up the thing you said. My doctor, my shrink, and I called it shrink on shrink for a reason. He's never met Dr. Smith, and Dr. Smith never met him, but they're in the same line of work. They're in the same realm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When I tell my doctor's story, my shrink stories about this nigger bitch turned me over, this dude strangled me, my mother this, my father that, he does nothing to say. When all of a sudden I say, I saw another shrink, he perks up. What? Another shrink? At one point, if you go back and rewatch, he goes, oh, this Mr. Smith. I said, no, it's Dr. Smith. Well, I don't know about that. It's like they're swimming in the same. So me talking about another shrink interests him more than any story I've told him about anybody else. It's like, would you say they both believe in this nonsense, but they believe in it differently. So much so that they hate each other. They're both in that world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he doesn't care about the nigger bitch. He doesn't care about some manager. He doesn't care about some childhood friend. He doesn't give a shit about those stories. My shrink is all like another shrink. It made me think when we used to have cats years ago. My sister brought my sister was a teenager. She brought him these cats, and the cats, they were nice, but every now and then, if a dog walked by outside, they'd run away. If a human walked by at a safe distance, they just sort of looked at them. They were scared of dogs. They didn't care about humans so long as it was a safe distance. Every now and then, another cat would creep through the yard. And if our cats were inside or near to the house, they would, with humans, it was, a person. With dogs, it was shit, a dog, run away. With other cats, it was different. It was like, they would stare. They would stare so intently. And if the other cat caught eyes, the other cat would look back and they would stare. They didn't do that with dogs. They didn't do that with other humans. They only did it with other cats that they didn't know. They would stare. Who's that? There's another cat. Who's that? It piqued their interest in a way that was different from a dog walking by or another human walking by or someone coming to visit. And cats were fairly friendly. They would keep a distance from humans they didn't know. But if we had someone come over to visit and they got used to them being around, they'd let them. The cats were friendly. If someone was walking by down the street and they came up and tried to grab the cat would run away. But generally speaking, if the cat was lounging in the driveway on a nice summer day laying there and a person just walking by or jogging by, the cat would kind of look up casually and say, okay, human being, safe distance, who cares? Dog anywhere. Dog, even a dog across the field. Shit, dog, run away. With another cat, it was like that. And that's what my shrink was doing when I told him about seeing another shrink. It reminded me, it was like the cat. Yes. Oh, God. Another one of my kind. What's he doing here? They didn't do it with dogs, or they could tell dogs from humans from other cats. One of my kind. But I'm king of the roost here. Who's this interloper? It reminded me of my cat staring at a strange cat. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's ask Brother Clickbook. You're getting tired. You're going to bed like 4 or 5 minutes. I'll finish. What did you make of that Tony Orlando story?
I guess he had an awkward moment in his life. I don't know what the point of it was.
Well, when I finally get this dumb video, the stupid video edited of the because there's a lot of fluff. Like I'm waiting in the waiting room. Yeah. Cut out the shit. When I get it up, maybe I'll show it to him. I'll say, here. I won't give him. I don't actually give him this channel. He might freak out. No. But maybe I'll share it. I can share it through or doxy.me. Maybe I'll share clips of the video because I know he's going to be like a cat. Yeah. That's Dr. Smith. Oh, he thinks he thinks you're autistic just like that. What? He's challenging. He's like me. He's one of my kind, but he doesn't agree with me. Oh. Yeah. I'll share some of the video with him too. Not when he was like, Mr. Smith. I said, no, it's Dr. Smith. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen his credentials. I don't like this. Some other cat is walking through my yard, and, I like when my humans pet me. What if they go start petting him? And what if, I'm not giving enough affection, and this other cat gives more? This is like a challenge. Like, I'm the cat here. Meow. Who the hell is that? Are the humans going to like him better? Is that cat going to be more lovey-dovey than I am? Now I feel threatened. I think it came across. Yeah. So whenever you want to peace out. Anything you want to say? Or
Not currently.
Thank you for joining us. Get some sleep. If you got to be late, be late.
I'll be late. Yes, I'll be late.
This job ain't worth,
No, it's not.
They're not going to fire you.
It's the only job in the house. It's the only paycheck.
Tell them real quick. One guy was fired. Even though it's a union job, this guy wasn't union yet. You don't get – when they first hire you, you're not automatically union. There's a trial period, which is anywhere from – depending on the union and what department you're in, anywhere from 30 days to 90 days. This guy was there for like maybe 60, 70 days. Yeah. And he was going to – he even said, I'm going to college in September.
I'm gonna quit.
I'm gonna quit.
As soon as that happens.
They fired him because he wasn't union yet. They could fire. What did they fire him for? Too much. He was like just walking around.
I mean, he would play on his phone and watch videos and stuff. But granted,
he got the shit done. When you asked him to do something,
exactly.
Fry up this chicken, he would do it.
Because again, it takes 15 minutes to fry up the chicken. So while the chicken is frying, he's on his phone. I don't care. But whenever I asked him for things, or we asked him, he would always get the job done. He did the job well.
But by firing him, all they're doing is putting more work on you and your coworkers.
Yes. So we're down another person, and there's more work for us to do because he's gone.
And there was an old guy. You know what happened? The old guy is union. He's like my shrink's age. He's my parents' age. He's a literal baby boomer, 74, 70 what?
74, yeah.
And well, he sexually harassed. What happened with he got when you're union, they can't fire you. They suspend you pending to. So
he made some comment to one of the female. Oh, I like your swagger. I like your sway. And then she got upset with that. And there was this other worker. There's this other woman who does. There's woman number one, woman number two. Woman number one and this old guy don't get along. So woman number one convinced woman number two to complain to HR. Had she not done that, this guy wouldn't have been looked at under a microscope. He wouldn't have been suspended or whatever. But now he's gone. So there's.
Oh, they actually fired him? They suspended him.
I don't know yet. He's just not there. He's probably suspended.
How old are those two? He's 74. How old are the women?
60.
Yes. So it's not like he's grandpa harassing some 20-year-old college kid. This is an old man harassing if you want to call it that, commenting to slightly younger old women. These are old people. Yes. These are people in their 60s and 70s having so it's always been female nature. But back when they were younger, these women would just have to tolerate it. Now, me too. But then it goes amok. Yeah, I think it's horrible when a woman's trying to do her job and the boss keeps saying, "You're sexy, dress sexy." That's another thing. Now we've gone the other extreme. Oh, hey, that's nice. I like your hair. You changed your hair. That looks nice. That's harassment for him. It's like we let it run amok. This Me Too shit. I kind of get the impression this guy was just being hey, cute haircut, and it turned into this because these bitches can get away with it. Now these old women can get away with what they couldn't do. They couldn't run amok when they were in their 20s and 30s, but now they can. And this guy's still thinking I'm 70s, you're sick. We're from the same generation, basically. Oh, nice haircut. And it turns into, I can run amok too now. Girl power. It's aren't you ladies a little old to be going through a feminist phase here? But okay. I'm sorry. Should we tell them? Hold on. Let me see something here. Give me a sec before we go. Okay, Bro C is gonna go to bed, but before he does, I'm gonna give him just a little. So he said, a taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine or beer. Do. I will return. Bro C will in the future. Bro C will return. Yes. He'll come back for the honey. And you do a taste of honey, Okay, tasting much sweeter than Starlings. Yes. All right, so have a sip of beer, say your goodnights. Yes. I'll probably get off. I'm going to finish my beer, get off. I'll go back to editing the video. Yes, I'm going to edit the video tonight, finish it up. We'll finish. He saw the first half. We'll finish the video, and then I'll share it with you, Starlings. Yeah, okay, this is interesting.
Yes.
It is. What did you? Real quick, I know you're tired. You're saying tonight. What did you make of that? Because I wasn't even. He started out telling me. I think it was about how the people who harass me. Well, now something's changed. I have more stories to tell. We'll get to that later. Usually, these aren't strangers or randos. These are people I know in passing. We're not friends, but we're not close family or friends, but we're not total strangers. This guy was trying to give me a story when a total stranger. I'm like, yeah, at some point, some nut job.
Yeah, singled him out, made light of him in front of everybody. So I guess he felt awkward, but
he thought, I'm from Montreal. He thought it was a big city. He comes to Manhattan, New York City, and realizes, holy shit. Yes, that will happen sometimes. You walk down the street in Manhattan, occasionally you'll see like a schizophrenic. What was that one park in Lower Manhattan? There's that big structure there. Is it Battery Park? Not Battery Park. The next one up, it's like a square. You'll see schizophrenics talking and proselytizing about shit. People say, hey, man, can I bum a smoke off you? When you're in a city like that, you're going to encounter those types. But I think that was probably his first day in New York City at the new school. And he's like, someone talk to me. What do I do?
Yeah, but not really talk to him. Said something crazy and nonsensical. All right, good night, everybody.
I can't picture him ever having looked like Tony Orlando. I mean,
no.
Brother, you need help getting up?
Nope, I'm good.
Your phone's upstairs or you're charging it? Yeah, okay.
That's right.
And sleep in, buddy. Be late if you have to by half hour. Fuck it. It's okay. Sleep in. But like I said, he's tired, but he's a little more awake because his pattern was off today, right? Well, next time I see him, I'll ask him, hey, I'm curious, that story you told me about the guy in the Tony Orlando, what relevance is that to anything? I'm just curious. I was thinking about it. I'll ask him. Maybe I'm the freaking public. Well, he made it clear he doesn't like those types. And maybe he's very snobbish and uncomfortable. He's not the kind of, he doesn't want to be around, He's lucky. I wish Brother Click were still here. Brother Click did say one other thing I thought was fascinating. He goes, your shrink doesn't want to see people like you or the people you tell him about. The nigger bitch who tried to run you over, the dude who strangled you, some manager giving you flack. He doesn't want to deal with these common people. So you're a spurg fuck up telling him about a whole side of reality that he heretofore was oblivious to because he had the luxury to be oblivious. These are getting kind of grungy, but I don't want to remake them. I made these on the fly. I feel like I've tried to make these again. Maybe I'll just scan them and print them up. But anyway, basically, he had the luxury to be oblivious. I think I opened his eyes late in life, in the 70s. I opened his eyes to a segment of reality that he never had to deal with, and basically deliberately went out of his way to keep himself insulated from. Insulation of threat, or whatever it's called. He didn't want these exogenous forces to get into his little bubble. And, I'm in that in between. I can come across as very articulate, very intelligent, supposedly very this and that. I've had people say, oh, you seem pretty smart. You'll probably be something great in life. But there's a whole other component, the social component, which fucks you up. So he let me into his world because I presented as very nice, very, very mild-mannered. Like I already said, I'm not, you guys call me an asshole. I don't go around harassing people. I'm getting meaner now after the way I've been treated these past few years. In my 40s, I'm getting kind of pissy. But I was never like this. And when I met him, it was a very nice conversation. So he let me into his bubble. And I'm sharing with him those people that he was fortunate enough to not have to deal with, but I'm stuck dealing with. Yeah, that's basically my takeaway. So it's almost like he's my therapy. You guys are my post-therapy. But several people asked me to post more. I have my Shrink trilogy. You got 3 videos of me and him. You guys wanted a Shrink video, and I thought it would also be a good preamble to when I upload me seeing a different Shrink, the trial video. Right, like we were speculating when I talked about it in that stream. Yeah, they were trying to. I think even if endogenous forces exist, if there's anything that's exogenous, that disqualifies. We're not saying you don't have endo, but if you do have exo, we need someone who's endo only. We need an endo, not someone who has exo, whether endo's there or not. The incubate. Maybe that's what he's done. This is good. He incubated himself from these threats and was able to get away with it. And he let me into his world. And I'm not a threat to him per se, but I'm opening his eyes to the people he managed to successfully insulate himself from. I got to talk about it. I have so much to say to him next week. Oh my God. I'm only seeing him one day next week. So, yeah. Well, I'm seeing him on Wednesday, and I said, listen, because he didn't have any openings, I said, if someone cancels or whatever, he might be going back to his own doctor for his broken hand or whatever, his wrist. I said, listen, I'll see you Wednesday. If you have an opening, now there's so much I want to talk about now, but it's fascinating. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I drink beer on stream. I was drinking an iced tea, non-alcoholic, for real. That I love. When I'm not drinking beer, I'm drinking iced tea. I thought maybe, oh shit, I left a beer can in the back and he saw it. So I turned around, but there was no beer can. And my iced tea did not look like beer. If you had said, gee, is that gin or something like that, maybe that would have worked. My non-alcoholic iced tea didn't look anything like beer. My brother even said he's changing the subject. He's never had to talk. No patient has ever asked him so much about himself. The way I ask you, Starlings, when you come on my panels, he's never had to. This is the first time in his life. And the questions I thought were innocuous. I didn't think these were personal boundary crossing questions. I've known him long enough. I'm just asking, what's your credentials? Where'd you get educated? A lot of doctors will tell you proudly, on my wall, I've got my degree from Harvard. This guy's never been asked so much about himself. So I think he was trying to change the subject. Because, if I were sitting here with this aluminum cup, which I've done before, he's never said anything. He could play that game. I was drinking a fucking iced tea. Go back. Don't take my word for it. Watch the video. It was clearly an iced tea. I think he was trying to change the subject. My brother said the same thing. He's trying. I first, in that moment, I'm like, shit, do I have a beer can I left back there? So I'm turning around. There was nothing back there. He was talking about my iced tea. I'm like, as do I, Cassandra. It's a perfectly cromulent question, especially after that was like our 196 session. I want to get to the big 200, the big 2-0, and then I'm going to start making moves. What I'd like you to do, JT, I'm about an hour in. Scroll back to the beginning and watch, because I'm not repeating myself. This is where I'm getting tired. Why did Totem, like, this guy's a heckler who doesn't even want to be in the coffee house. That's what I don't get. Why am I looking at him? But yeah, go back and watch. If you're truly interested in learning about me, you can go back and watch. I'm not repeating. It's all there for you. It's not top secret. It's just, come on. So for the real Starlings who've been paying attention the whole time, what's up? Yes. 45 minutes, watch that. It's called Shrink on Shrink. And scroll back and watch the hour. This explains everything. I know. Please leave my coffee house. You don't want to be here. Please leave. I welcome everyone, but if Totem just gave you $20 to come in for no reason, you don't have to be here. My brother even said, my brother, I'll repeat this. This I will repeat because Brother Click is gone. But Brother Click said, if JT discovered you on his own, if he just happened to stumble across you, he'd say, what is this shit, and leave. He's only here because Totem pushed him through the door. So you don't have to be here if you don't want to be. You don't have to be Totem's bitch boy. It's okay. Right. And I am self-important. This is my coffee house. If you don't like it, you're free to leave. Yeah, that's what I get. Like, if you had discovered, be honest, JT, we're asking you a serious question. If you had discovered me on your own, if no one told you about me, you were just somehow scrolling around one day and you found me, would you be here? It's not, you probably just say, what's this? Next. Maybe you have stumbled across me before and just skipped me. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you've been here before and neither of us remember because you weren't interested and you never spoke. We don't know. When you're taking orders, when you're being sent by someone else, it's like, don't come into a place you don't want to be. Well, then he should sit quietly. It's not his turn. I'm playing a couple songs up on stage. I stop, talk about me. Let's introduce ourselves. You, sir, at that table, you've been here to a number of my concerts. What do you think? I'm Thule. I'm a Mexican, a Chicano from Arizona. What about you? Oh, I'm a nice... I'm also from Arizona. My name is Cassandra. I live with my boyfriend. I'll repeat this part because this is how it feels. What about you? My name is Mebanks. I like to sit here and occasionally I'll make little, effigies about you. Cool. We all get to know each other. Nice, intimate setting. And I got a few hecklers, but the hecklers I have know who I am and are heckling me about things they understand. I don't understand these exogenous hecklers who don't even know me. If you want to criticize me, fine, but get to know me. Totem and Penny Pounder did that. Don't bring in people who don't want to be here. Because I don't think JT would have come here of his own accord. That's what I'm getting at. Yes, I'm unique. I'm not self-important. I'm not a freak. I'm unique. I'm unique. Or maybe this isn't a coffee house. It's a, like P.T. Barnum. Go in and see the freak show. Either way, these people are fascinated. They actually want to see the freaks. If someone shoves you through the door and you say, man, what a bunch of freaks. These people are ugly freaks. Well, yeah, it's a freak show. Why'd you come here? You don't want to be here, leave. So yeah, you can use that analogy too. It's a freak show, but people actually want to pay their shekel and actually, look at this deformed baby fetus in a jar. Look at the bearded woman. Maybe I'm really a woman. This is my beard. I'm a woman who grows a beard. Look at the fucked up monkey man in the cage. You might say it's cruel, but they actually have an interest in being there. Even the hecklers, at least they know what they're looking at. If someone throws you through the door and you say, man, this place is a fucking freak show. Can you believe these freaks? Yeah, you came through the door of the freak show. What do you expect? Yeah, that was you said I was special to dumb, and I agreed. I said, yeah, he saw me as a retard. Maybe JT was right. It was just a cheeseburger. Well, it was just a cheeseburger. It's the fact that we lead ups to it. We streamed together. We kept saying, I love you. It was so the cheeseburger is symbolic, but maybe JT's right. That was all just a nothing burger. It wasn't a special burger. It was a nothing burger. Maybe JT's right because, hey, I only met the guy once, as Dumb will tell you. Let's not even talk about this shit anymore. Look, I did re-add him as a friend on Discord. He never got back to me. I said, I got to seek counsel. Who are the two picks? I said, Brother Click, should I re-add Dumb? And Brother Click was like, well, I know it'll never be the same, but hey, be the bigger man, re-add him. It'll be funny. My brother likes entertainment value. I said, okay, but I need a woman's opinion. And Donda was like, well, I'm a woman. I think you should re-add him. And I'm like, whoa, yeah, but you're an extension of Dumb. I need another. So I asked this woman here because she knows who I am and she knows who Dumb is. And she was like, well, she gave me this wishy-washy. I'm like, just come on. She said, yeah, re-add him. So my brother and Cassandra said re-add him. I re-added the dude. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, please don't ask anymore. You're just derailing now for no reason. It's like he doesn't even want the answers. I'm giving him the answers he wants. Mozzarella meat pie is delicious. I've made it before and didn't come out as good as my mother's. It was not a family recipe. What happened was, I think she took it with her. In the days before computers, this must be back, I want to say late 70s, early 80s. She bought like one of those, like a print, one of, you go to a print shop. It was on a typewriter, electronic typewriter. So it's not too sloppy, but it was electronic typewriter. And it was like a bound book of various recipes. And she was experimenting with them, and a lot of them were shit, but she discovered mozzarella meat pie, which is delicious. It really is. It might sound disgusting. It's fucking, I'll make it one day on stream. It's delicious. And I told my mom, I said, if you want to burden people with food, don't make them some shit they don't want. Like, my husband's in the hospital. The guy died, apparently. My mother texted my brother. The guy died like a week or two ago, but he was dying of bone cancer. If you want to make him something, if you really insist to pat yourself on the back, make him something to love. Mozzarella meat pie is just, she made him, I think she made 2 pies for them. It's just a pie unto itself. None of this nonsense where, here's a side of green beans, here's a side of peas, here's some fucking tuna casserole you don't want. It's like, don't burden them. Don't burden them. You want to give them something that's simple, but they can eat in one. They have to, and disposable pie tins. So instead of having a bunch of different things of food, they have the one meat pie. They cut off their slices. They eat it. People love it. Kids, it really is a good dish. My mother discovered in this recipe book. She took it with her, so I can't have the recipe, but I can try to recreate it. Because I tried once and it came out a little blander. I think she was adding things because she would experiment over the years. She added things. People love it. Trust me, people love mozzarella meat pie. The dough and the meat and the way it's cooked up. You put peppers and onions and some seasoning. It's when it's cooked with the mozzarella, it's delicious and people love it. And it's just after they're done with it, they can just throw out their disposable pie tin. No mess. No. Here's some green beans. Here's some corn. Here's some rice. Here's some this. I got to wash all this shit and return it to you. Don't burden people. Make it simple. One dish into itself, which is a meal into itself. Throw the fucking thing out. Yeah. What question are you traumatized from, Cassandra? It's not really a trigger. It's let me point out irony. You're special. Well, special can have multiple meanings. We've reworked the meaning to mean retarded without saying retarded. Oh yes, my one son has a fellowship and a PhD, and my daughter's in pre-med. And yes, well, little Jimmy, he's special. He's my special guy. He's still in school. Wait, it's summertime, and he's 27 years old. He's in school. Yeah, he's special. Little Jimmy is special. Yeah, the answer is no. She does not find me attractive. And I don't mind. Like I said, if she had said yes, I wouldn't care. I'm not destroyed by foids. I'm not dumb. I'm not getting on a plane and flying across the country. I just want honesty. If she had said yes, I'd be like, okay, at least you're honest. If she had said no, okay, at least you're honest. She had to play wishy-washy. But her boyfriend defended her and said, listen, you can ask my girlfriend, she'd fuck you. We're solid. I don't care. But come on, please give her a chance. I said, fine. Anyway, no, I think lookism, she's not sexually attracted to me, but she's cool with me and my looks because I remind her of an uncle or a cousin. So it's not sexual attraction, but it is lookism. She's not creeped out by me because I look like I could be one of her uncles or something. That's the answer. I know. I acknowledge that. Maybe you're right, JT. It was a nothing. See, this is what I'm talking about. Did I not just say this like 10 minutes ago? Maybe you're right, JT. Maybe it was a nothing burger. Because like Dumb said, I only met the guy once. So maybe it didn't mean what I thought it meant. I'll give you that. But here's what's bugging me now. And maybe you are trolling, or maybe you really are short-term memory TBI, traumatic brain injury. I just said this in the stream 5 fucking minutes ago. Are you not paying attention? I said, maybe you're right. Maybe it was a nothing. Did I not use the term nothing burger? You're just repeating what I said. You're not paying. So you're not listening to me. It's like, Christ, I'm a spurg. Pay attention or leave. I had a boyfriend. So I thought his name was James. It wasn't sexual, but it was special, or so I thought. He's a heartbreaker. Let's not go into this again. Again, you could say I'm an incel. The focus is true, but the focus isn't on the incel part. Sometimes incel stuff comes up. Focus is more on being a spurg and trying to navigate social situations. But again, go back and watch my shit. And I was also, my brother and I will repeat this. We were saying earlier, some of these folks are Toddists. Some might even be DBF, like what's his name? Dubs. Dubs is okay. Most of Destroyed by Floyd's people are just, I wouldn't call them trolls. They're just like, I guess you can say trolls. They're just like retards. So I get a few Toddists, a few DBFers, and then I get people, who's Todd? Never saw him, never met him. I saw some archives. I found Dumb, and then I found DBF, and then I found you. So I get the Dumbites who came through Dumb, who used to stream, oh my God, it was prolifically. Yeah, and the point is, it's not even about JT. Screw him. Totem, you want to troll me? You want to be an asshole? Fine. Why would you want to burn down the coffee house? Why do you want the fire marshal to shut this place down? That's low. Why are you taking advantage of the mentally ill like JT? Why? This is like, I don't mind the trolling. I don't mind the heckling or the cage rattling. I've always accepted it because at least you know what cage you're rattling. Why is the dude trying to shut my coffee house down? Now we've gone to evil level. Yeah, being an incel isn't even the main focus here. That's failed normies worry about that. Dumb, who's now halfway across the world with an old roasty. DBF, she should have been more roasty, even though they never met in real life. Failed normies, I'm a spurg. I got bigger problems in life. I really do. That's all peanuts compared to bigger problems in life. Yeah, and see, Cassandra, you pay. See, that's why I say TBI. JT isn't just trolling. I say something 5 minutes ago, and then he starts, it was just a burger, Dumb said so. Yes, I acknowledge that. He's not even paying attention. And he watched Dumb stream, apparently, because he knows about, it was just one time. But then it's like, I don't think he has the comprehension skills. I think Totem knew this, and it's not even a joke. Totem is trying to get me shut down. I don't mind people heckling me. People say, why don't you ban Penny Pounder? Well, I don't give a fuck if he wants to say, who cares? They at least follow the story. And Totem was following the story. Why are we bringing in retards who actually want to get me shut down? So I think Totem. I'm a spurg. I'm very bad at working at motives. But Totem wants to get this isn't even. He wants to get me shut down. He thinks it's his big accomplishment. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Dumb was the one who said, I met the guy once. I heard that. It was like, oh. Maybe JT's right. I'm a spurg. Maybe the normies like JT and failed normie Dumb. Well, it wasn't just the cheeseburger. It was, what led up to the cheeseburger, which JT knows nothing about. And the streaming together, and we talked about it, and he wanted me to come meet him, then he didn't want me to come meet him. And it was a whole, and we would say, I love you. Would you call it ILY, Illies? We had this whole bromance that JT is oblivious to, but Dumb dismissed. He wants to be my friend on Discord. I re-added him because Cassandra and my brother told me to. And I'll be polite with him, but he's Yes, we're both latent faggots, and I think you want to be part of our threesome, but I don't think you're sexy enough for us. You're not sexy enough, man. See, well, because you told me, Cassandra, and I was speculating. I wasn't even trying to be mean. I'm like, this is like beyond trolling. This is like traumatic brain injury, short-term memory problems. And Thule agreed. You were the one who was like, no, he's an ultra normie. So I said, okay, I'm a spurg. I'll take your word for it. He's an ultra normie. Now you flip-flop. It's okay to change your mind, but you see what I was getting at? It's like, this is almost like, this is even a joke. This guy's mentally ill, and Totem, he wouldn't have come here on his own. JT would never be here of his own accord. Why is Totem trying to get my coffee shop shut down? He's not trying to promote me. He's trying to get me shut down. He wants, the health inspector to come around and say, you violated maximum occupancy. This place is unsanitary. So Totem is dangerous now. He's trying to actually ruin me. That's not cool, man. You can criticize me, make fun of me, rattle my cage. I don't care. I've always welcomed everybody, but he wants to get me shut down. He's finding retards. He's going out and finding like really big retards. And, oh my God. Even Destroyed by Foids didn't go that crazy. Well, of course. Here. Okay. OC, I didn't know you accept my friend request. Of course, because it didn't mean anything to you. Donda said, little boy, make nice with your friend. So we're seeing it here in real time. You're right. It was a nothing burger. That's fine. I'm glad we're being honest. Finally, it was a nothing burger. That's cool. You made such a big deal about, I sent him a friend request. He didn't refriend me. It was a nothing burger. I'm getting too emotional because I put too much faith. JT is right. I put too much faith into something that was nothing. It's my fault. A nothing burger. Yes, I acknowledge that, JT, before you even mentioned it. Yes, Dumb himself said, I only met the guy once. You're right. I thought it was something it wasn't. What I thought was a special cheeseburger was just a nothing burger. It's okay. Even when I agree with you, It's like you're not paying attention. That's what I'm getting at with the traumatic brain injury. And forget JT. Totem is being, destructive for no reason. I know you want to heckle me or rattle my cage, but I didn't know you want to actually destroy me. That's kind of like harsh. And not just me, but this nice coffee house the rest of us have here. Oh, well. No, he didn't. JT did not somehow miss the point. And no, I actually don't think he's trolling. He's trolling kind of. I don't think he's being obtuse and playing dumb, disingenuous. I think he had a traumatic brain injury. And I think Totem is taking advantage of someone who is really mentally ill, which to get my coffee shop shut down. That's what I've come to realize. Like, holy shit. Like I always tell you, people plot against me. Not because I'm paranoid. It takes me a while to realize, what do you guys, Starlings, forget JT, what do you make a Totem? Why did Totem send this dude here? He thinks it's some great accomplishment. It's like, this isn't funny. This is like, you want to get my channel, you want my channel off YouTube. You want to take me off the air. I'm a nobody. I myself am a nothing burger. I got a small coffee house. He's trying to pack the coffee house to get me shut down. It's disgusting. We are. We admitted that. We're faggots. We're homosexuals. I'm allowing Donda to borrow him. When I get to Australia, 2 of us are going to the bedroom. I'll be one of them. Whether the other one's dumb or the other one's Donda doesn't matter, but I'll be one of the people in bed. But not all 3 of us. We're not doing a 3-way. It'll be me and one of the 2. We'll see where things go. We'll have some Fosters, and we'll see where we end up. But no, I don't think I'll ever see them again. I knew that. I said to my brother as we left that day to go to Gettysburg and come home, I said, I'm really glad we did this. I've known Dumb online for a couple of years. We talked about this for so long. There's no one else really I'd want to meet in person. I might go up to Amherst, Buffalo, if I get neat bucks as a pilgrimage. Whether I meet Todd or not, I wouldn't bother the dude. It would be different. Dumb was something special, or so I thought. And I said, he'll go to Australia. We'll drift apart. That's life. I'm glad we had this one moment in time. Always have a nice memory. That memory was wrecked, but it's okay. Now I know the truth. What did I miss? Yes, Penny Pounder and even Totem, they pay attention at least. They pay attention. So I don't mind them being trolls or cage rattlers, as Totem likes to say. Rattle my cage, but you know the cage you're rattling. Don't bring in retards with short-term memories who don't even know what cage they're rattling. This place is a freak show. Yeah, you paid the coin to come to the freak show. Why are you surprised it's a freak show? Totem is trying to ruin what we have here. Cassandra, you found a lot of appreciation for Dev Pike, who kept insisting, I ban you, who kept insisting, I don't want to talk to this bitch. As long as you say, hey, like he complains about Horsehead, but if Horsehead came on and said, I'm a normie and I can help you get that coffee barista girl, they'd be the best of friends. Dev Pike, I like the guy, but he wanted me to get rid of Xenesis, and then they became best. He doesn't belong here. His jawline's too nice. Then he wants, and now they're the best of friends. So I'm basically the friend matchmaker for Dev Pike, because Dev Pike is a lot like Dumb. Shoot first. He'll say, I'm vetting them to see if they're normies or not, or to see if they can handle me. No, because when we were in Dumb's chat, I remember in Dumb's chat, I would say, what's his name? Not JT. Dev Pike would say something. I'd respond to him. And you Starlings would say, oh, see, you can still see Dev Pike? He blocked me from the get-go. Like, so I like Dev Pike, but he's like Dumb. I'm pissed at you, therefore you're dead to me. And my brother's like, well, OC, people get upset sometimes. I said, yeah, people get angry with each other. That's fine. I would never cross them out of the phone book. Were you not paying attention, asshole? So I don't mind Dumb getting angry, but then we can get it back together. Damnatio Memoriae. Who cares? Why am I repeating myself? The reason I repeat it's like, am I not articulating well enough, or are we just not following? Or I don't care. Okay. Well, we were talking about the shrink, and somehow this has turned to a JT Totem Dumb chat. Yeah, so I'm not the only one who's seeing it. I call it traumatic brain injury, short-term memory loss. He is trolling. Yes, he's trolling, but it's beyond trolling. I don't think he's this committed. I really think he can't pay attention. He's like, not because he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he does. He couldn't listen if he wanted to. I think he's traumatic brain, which is hence why is Totem taking advantage of the mentally ill? That's what Totem's angle is. Find mentally ill people and put I remember as a sociopathic. I remember as a kid. There were one kid, he would capture insects and make them, put them under you get like plastic, he'd trap them like a plastic bin, trap them and have them fight each other. And there are people who like cockfighting, or people who buy lobsters from the grocery store just to have them fight each other. It's like, I'm starting to see Totem is sick. His mental illness is gathering up like a mentally ill cockfight. And no, not the good kind of cockfight like I wanted with Dumb, but having 2 roosters try to kill each other. Male chickens. Oh my God. I'm trying to be polite because I can handle hecklers and trolls, But if I got to spoon feed you this much, something's wrong mentally. This isn't just trolling. This is like, you're retarded. Penny Pounder and Totem can at least retain. What is this dude's deal? No, I never said I was smart. I said I'm retarded. And if you're even more retarded, then this is like, wow, it's scary. And I've said this before a million times. Why am I repeating myself? My God. I am butthurt. I thought I had a buddy. I was going to cockfight with him in the good way, but he dumped me. Good. At least I can give you some, at least to my loyal Starlings, my loyal coffee house patrons, I can get a little good giggle. Thank you. Are you laughing at me or with me, Cassandra? At me or with me? Or is that question crossing a boundary, Cassandra? Are you laughing at me or with me at this nonsense, this brain damage nonsense? Yep. Fortune cookie. It's oh my God. Thank you, Endymion. Totem wants to get me shut down. Totem is plotting to bring in all the retards he can to like get me shut down. So Totem is our collective enemy now. Where am I? I'm behind. And I don't want to read comments from half an hour ago, so let's jump to the bottom here. Where are we? Okay. I have different kinds of Starlings. I've got regular Starlings. I've got every now and then Starlings. We got, what's her name? One of the few Starlingettes, if she is a woman, from Indiana, Darnell Dodge. She'll come in and say, hi, OC. I see you're streaming. Just want to say hi. Bye. I've got people, some people come and go. Some people here frequently. But it's all very positive, or even the critics or the trolls know what they're trolling. When we get someone who doesn't know what they're saying, it's like, at least be an intelligent troll. If you're going to troll, do it intelligently. And I'm actually trying to make your trolling more intelligent, but I'll say something in the stream and 5 minutes later you forgot. Not because you're trolling. I think you have short-term memory, which means going back. Hence, Totem is like trying to destroy my enough. Exactly. Low comprehension and pettiness. That's why, therefore, if Totem knew this guy and knew who and what he was, a retard with traumatic brain injury, why would he send him here? What was Totem's motive? Let's talk about Totem's motive, my Starlings. All we do is worship you and simp for you. Cassandra, the one girl who's here, we love you. You're my bestie. I love you. I love you. And she'd be like, yeah, but you love Beppis more. True, but she's not here anymore. You love Terra Norquay more. True, but she's not here anymore. You love Donda more. Yeah, definitely, but she's with Dumb now. So, you get to be our token bitch. I'm so lovey-dovey and simpy for you, as you know. As JT knows, because he watches all our shit, of course, again. Now you're seeing what I mean with the short-term brain traumatic. Oh, she is. All of our other Starlingettes have flown the coop. Like I was saying, we got, let's see what, Terra Norquay totally dumped me, got nasty with me. Terra Norquay's gone. Beppis apparently deleted her Discord. So Beppis flew the coop for all of us. So Terra Norquay, you don't know these people, but for the Starlings, Terra Norquay angrily, well, she's probably retarded now with her coma, whatever went on with her. My brother thinks she was Munchausen. My brother doesn't believe half her shit. I give her the benefit of the doubt. Terra Norquay hostily dumps me. Beppis dumped us all. Donda, is like the groupie who got with them. Think of like groupies who go around to bands. Donda got married one of the musicians, and now she's like, living in her strange, well, I'm glad I snagged me a musician. He put a ring on it, but I still want to be a groupie and see other weirdos, and Dumb can't handle that. So she's kind of fucked up. So by default, Cassandra's our token Starlingette. If it wasn't for her, I'd have to what? If I needed female advice, I'd have to seek out Lisha Pisha or a fucking vegan fucking dolls. So Cassandra's the best. She don't have to be much. She's all we have now. Okay. We got to be grateful for what we have in life. Count our blessings. Where was I? Am I behind again? Shit, where am I? Honey, I'm not going to read all these comments. You're talking amongst yourselves. Yeah, so it's not just me. I don't know what her problem is. Like, she's scared of a stalker. Others speculate she has a boyfriend, and he's like a Dumb. She's afraid that, like Dumb, scolding Donna. Why do you want to talk to OC so much? Beppis is afraid her boyfriend will walk out on her if she's talking to weirdos online. That's not my theory, but I've heard that theory from somebody. I thought she was just scared of a stalker. Who knows? Who knows with her? Who knows? But she was a Spurget. In addition to being a Starlingette, she was a Spurget for sure. Who knows? Yes, Mommy Beppis. So, Cassandra, you're right. Maybe JT's right. You want to be the last bitch standing, and you are. Congratulations. We love you. Don't leave us. We love you. Please don't leave. And Seymour's not jealous. Seymour knows your relationship's tight. Dumb. Guys like Dumb and Beppis' boyfriend, they get jealous. Seymour's like, cool. Enjoy your shit. Have your fun. Woo! But I'm saying all this stuff. JT doesn't even know who those other women are. It's like Starlingettes. I do miss Beppis because she was a great stenographer. She'd remember things that I'd forgotten about. She didn't have to write them down. She does her autistic mind. She was paying attention. Unlike, she was the opposite of JT. She paid attention. She'd remember things like, one time she mentioned, I was saying like, yeah, maybe I'm not articulating too well. I had mentioned Schtreams earlier that my father used to criticize me as a boy. You're not articulating. Your words are, and she remembered that. I was like, oh yeah, maybe it does go back to childhood. Good call. She was the only one who remembered that. So I will miss Beppis' memory and her focus skills. Instead, I'm left with this, the antithesis. A dude who can't pay attention to anything forgets things I said in the fucking stream. It's like, oh my God. And this is Totem. Okay. Totem's doing. She was. That's what I like about the few Starlingettes I have. Don't get jealous of each other. They don't get catty with each other. The few Starlingettes all seem to want to be here like the Starlings. You all seem to want to be here except for, some, but yeah. Yes, major downgrade. It's like, what, in these movies, they kill the power grid. We're back in the Stone Ages. Yes. It's like we're going from, the age of super duper space travel back to the fucking Stone Ages to fucking cavemen throwing sticks. Yes, good analogy, token bitch. Good Starlingette, good analogy. I'll finish my beer. I actually didn't want to stream. I wanted to keep editing videos. Brother Click was getting burned out. You have time to edit videos and get drunk, but you don't have time to clean the bathroom. Fair point. I always admit my faults. That's why I said that we all have positive attributes, negative attributes, neutral attributes. And what I get in life is people who want to hate on me, they take my negative attributes, which we all have, which are true. We all have negative attributes. I'm a lazy. I'm a bum. I want neat bucks. I mooch off my brother. My brother's getting fired. All that is true. Those are true negatives. And then we throw in a total negative lie and idiots. So half the problem are the propagandist liars. The other half of the idiots who believe it. Yes, OC lives in filth. OC does this. OC's a bum. But is this other thing you're saying true? I got to vet that. No one wants to vet or verify. We're still talking about Beppis. See, she meant that much to us. She was enjoyable to have in chat. Didn't obsess over making a point. Except that one time, there was that shooting in Sweden, and she wasn't planning to come on, but she asked to come on. She wanted to verify something about the guy in Sweden who shot some people. Was he a neat or he lost his neat bucks? I was happy to have her on. So we share who we are and what we believe. This is a coffee house, not a fucking arena. I'm not here to perform for a bunch of fans. I'm here it's a coffee house. She did. It was amazing. She remembered things that I'd forgotten. I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that. Cool. If only Cassandra had that, she would be the perfect woman, but Cassandra cannot be the perfect woman. She's just our last bitch standing. And she wanted to come on and point that out. And I said, thank you. Thanks for sharing, because you're there in Sweden. You know better than we do. Thank you for coming on, sharing. That was the one point she wanted to make. Other than that, she was just, nice person. I wonder if she still lurks. We'll never know. It's a shame, though. I hadn't heard from her in a long time. I just let it go. It's a shame she felt the need to, dumb. She's probably afraid her boyfriend, like you said, Cassandra, her boyfriend might get jealous, or she was really afraid. Maybe that's the problem. Totem is trying to explode my coffee house by bringing in retards. If I get too big, her German stalker might find me. So she might be. But it's not just me. She deleted. She basically cut ties with everybody. So that's not me. See, I don't take it personally. It wasn't just me. Like with someone else, I've got Discord friends, but this guy's dead to me. Friends get angry with each other. They don't cut each other off. They don't cut ties. When someone cuts ties with me and only me, that means something. That's personal. When someone cuts ties with everyone, well, they weren't targeting me. So Beppis cut ties with everybody, from what I gather. Others out there. You did. You're a better. Beppis was never an archivist. She was great memory, but she like a stenographer. She was more of a stenographer, but she was not an archivist. You are the better archivist. We will simp for Cassandra. Yes, we'll give you that. You're the better archivist, no question. Compared to Beppis, yes, but Beppis had a much better memory than you do. You pay attention. She paid attention even more. Well, of course you do, but that should be. I'm trying to simp for you, Cassandra. Me calling you the bitch should be like the greatest compliment. I'm trying to simp for you. You're our bitch. I'm simping. You're the last bitch standing. Good job, bitch. You should be like, ah. I thought I was simping here. Is this not simping? Maybe I've been simping wrong all my life. Again, well, I'll say this. That's not the reason. I get newbies sometimes, and they're usually like, there's one guy named Andrew. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm assuming a man, though androgynous. He came in and he was like, "Oh, hey, it would be cool if you posted shrink videos just like Dumb and Todd used to do." And I said, "Well, actually, I have. Go back and watch my shrink trilogy." He said, "Oh, cool. That's how you be a newbie. You come in, you ask polite questions, you get to know you. I can explain something to you even in stream, and you're not paying attention. So it's not that you don't know the lore; it's you don't have the mental capacity, evidently, to learn the lore. At least the other trolls learn the lore. I don't mind trolls who know their lore. You don't know the lore. And when I explain it to you, you don't retain. Not just me. Cassandra, it's like, Tuli, it's like, whoa, spoon feeding all the time. So yes, it's not that you didn't know the lore. Newbies don't know the lore. It's that you don't want to make any effort to learn the lore. You ask me redundant questions. I answer in stream, and you're still not paying attention. And I don't think it's beyond trolling. I think Totem is taking advantage of the mentally ill, and he's trying to get me shut down. And wow, Totem and Dumb and DBF and this dude are on like Team Evil, and I'm Team Good Guy. Or is it the other way around? I'm the evil one. They're the X-Men or the Team America or whatever. And you've done a decent job, though. I don't expect you to archive every song, especially if you're not here. But there are songs I've sung while you were present, while I was fucking talking to you, that you seem to overlook. But okay, thank you. Now you're flattering yourself. You do a task that Beppis couldn't be bothered with. You're doing an archivist task. Better, you pay a different kind of attention. You should be flattered. I asked for your opinion. I said, I need to talk to my brother. I can't make a decision for myself. Brother, click, sir, yeah, Dumb. Okay. All right, cool. You say yes. If he had said no, that would have been the end of it. When he said yes, I'm like, well, I need one more opinion. I need a woman. My only bitch here is Cassandra. And she said yes. Okay. So you should be flattered. I seek your counsel. Okay. Right. He doesn't learn the lore as it's being taught to him in real time. Hence brain damage. Hence, why is Totem doing this? Very evident. Yes. In other words, you're not paying attention. Exactly. Beppis, the one thing about Beppis, she gave me, Beppis just wanted her feed. She was starting at, if someone else would stream, she'd fly up to, she was like, one time she begged me, she's like, please don't get off yet. I was getting done, was winding down. Please don't get off yet. I have nothing else to watch. Oh, wait, Destroyed by Voids is streaming. Okay, you can get off now. She was like Seymour said, some of these Starlings are just looking for their feed. She didn't want me to leave because she needed her feed. Once she realized she can fly somewhere else, anywhere else, okay, bye-bye. So, she paid attention, but, she couldn't be bothered doing, Cassandra, you get the kudos, the props for that. Well, you see, that's what we're getting at, and not just JTN and watching. All I know is he had a burger with this guy, and they're having a gay falling out, and we're pretending it's any deeper than that now. We're not pretending. There was more to it than that, and it's all there for you to learn. My Starlings and Starlingette singular know all this, so they know the lore. You didn't pay attention. All you know is, need a cheeseburger. If that's all you've retained after all these streams you keep coming around, yeah, that's all I can say. You haven't learned any more lore beyond a fucking hamburger, a cheeseburger, a nothing burger. You don't know the bromance, or so I thought. You don't know all the shit that led up to it. You don't even know. It's like, that's what I'm getting at. You can, if you say, I learned the lore and I think you're nuts. Cool. You had a cheeseburger with the guy. Well, it was more than that. There was this. You didn't even learn the lore. It's like you're incapable of learning lore. Right. And my other Starlings, like, again, is this guy just a committed troll or is he fucking retarded? What is Totem's deal? Yes, you're in the gay nightclub. This isn't a coffee house or a freak show. It's the gay nightclub. Or I thought it was the gay nightclub, but my fag lover, to him, it was just a nothing burger. Well, no, depressed and wanted man. JT knows the lore. He says we're just, I'm being a fag. It was just a cheeseburger. It was just a cheeseburger. And you yourself, apparently you yourself said that. So maybe he's right, JT. I mean, JT is right, dumb, whatever. Maybe I was wrong. JT's a genius. I don't get our love either. Maybe JT's right. Maybe he's what we need here. It was a nothing burger. It was just a cheeseburger, bro. No. I wasn't going to lunch with a coworker. I was driving 3.5 hours to meet a dude. It wasn't about the cheeseburger. It was what the cheeseburger symbolized to me in my heart. Which the Starlings would know. Those who pay attention. Those who know the lore. That's the thing I say. I don't mind trolls as long as they know the lore. Troll me. I don't mind criticism as long as you know the lore. That's all I've ever asked for. Just know the lore, and then you can say whatever you want. OC, I like you. OC, I think you're a freak. OC, you're an asshole. OC, you're a piece of shit. OC, I think you're a little weird. OC, I think you're part of the... Whatever you want to feel, as long as you know the lore. Have an opinion. Tell me whatever you want. Criticize all you want. I don't ban people for criticizing, but know the lore. And if you're incapable of learning the lore, then I can't help you anymore. But maybe you were right, JT. It was just a nothing burger. I don't know, man. JT's telling me I'm wrong. We just had a cheeseburger, and he said, you just had a cheeseburger, and Dumb said you only met once. Maybe JT's right. Maybe he's right. I can't tell JT why he's right or wrong. That's up to you, Starlings. I can't help him anymore. But maybe he's right. It was just a one-time. It was just a one-time thing. Who knows? A nothing burger. Although the breakfast the next day was nice. Yes, we spent the night. Spent the night in Zillinger. No, Greencastle. I wanted to actually no. I didn't tell you the truth. I sent Brother Click to the motel in Greencastle. I spent the night in Zillinger, and we had breakfast together. There's got to be a morning after we can make it through the night. So Brother Click slept in Greencastle. Dumb slept in Zillinger. I slept in ... I'll never tell. It was a magic night for me, and I want to just have that magic memory. And my magic memory was ruined. I think it's beyond Heckler. I don't think he has the ability to retain information. If he wanted to heckle, he would actually reuse information to heckle me. Like, yeah, you had a burger. You're crying over it. Yeah, you stream with the guy. So what? He liked to stream. Like, if we bring in other lore, you were obsessed with the guy. If he wants to say that, fine. At least he knows the lore. You were obsessed with him. You were like trying to get him to meet you. If he wants to say that, that's fine. At least he knows the lore. Guy can't even comprehend the lore. It's getting like ridiculous. Yeah, of course I care. I've made it very clear I care. Your good pal JT said I'm fagging over you. Yeah, I'm fag maxing over you, dumb. Of course, I wouldn't fag max over fucking Destroyed by Voids. I wouldn't even fag max over Todd. Todd's like the great teacher, the great philosopher. We had something. I thought we had something different. I thought. What do I know? What do I know? Yes, I'm emotional because you meant something. I'm fag maxing. Okay, he's just a troll. Okay. So he knows what I'm saying. He just can't be bothered. He likes to repeat. He likes to feign ignorance. Maybe. I don't know the guy. Why is he here? Because Totem shoved him through the door. Why is Totem trying to get my coffee house destroyed? Starlings. If I go bye-bye, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't Dumb's fault. It wasn't even JT's fault. It was Totem's fault. Totem is trying to get me canceled. Now the question becomes why? Love song? That's why I say Meatbanks is a genius. He makes me laugh. I might be a lol cow to him, but his stuff it's like very clever, very well done. No, man, no. In the spirit of this, you got to get a cheeseburger deluxe. Cheeseburger in paradise. I thought it was a cheeseburger in paradise. You got to get, you're an American. You know what deluxe means. It's basically a hamburger with extra. You get the bacon. You get maybe a bigger tomato. You get the onion. You get a little more with it. Get the cheeseburger deluxe. Yeah, it wasn't just a hamburger. It wasn't just a cheeseburger. It was a cheeseburger deluxe and a breakfast and a couple of streams and 9 videos. That's more lore than you. That's a lifetime of lore for you to digest. Digest my lore. Digest my lore. I digested the cheeseburger. Others need to digest my lore. Lore. I'm prominent enough to have lore. Oh boy, I'm so fucking flattered. But at least learn the lore before you start trolling. You can troll me, you can criticize me, but know what you're criticizing. Learn the lore. All I can say is learn the lore. Wait. I don't know, man. Oh, Donda wanted me to refriend you. So, I didn't even notice you refriended me because you don't mean anything to me. Okay, thank you. I thought you'd send me something nice. You didn't send me anything. You weren't paying attention. It was just, JT's right. It was a nothing burger. Well, to you it was a nothing burger. To me, it meant something. Of course you know I love you, but I don't know how you feel about me anymore. Right. At least if you want to say, we're going to the coffee house to see the guy play the guitar. I like him. I think he sucks. I've heard his albums. He sucks. Fine. Come to the coffee house. I would admire that. If someone came in and said, hey, man, I think you suck. Well, why are you here? Well, I listened to every album, and here's my criticism list. Okay, I'll listen. I'm not upset. I won't kick you out. If you actually took the time to listen to my albums, I'll listen to your criticism. Cool. I've never heard an album. Didn't even know you made albums. Don't even know who you are. But that's what I'm getting at. You want to criticize my albums? I'm the coffee house singer. Criticize them. I'll listen. But at least you know my material. Me Banks is very talented with, I like Dev Pike as a person. People say he's abrasive. I like him. And he's getting a little better. His stuff isn't as clever as he thinks it is. That's why I say, Dev Pike, step back. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you got to learn. You got to read your audience, man. Your stuff, it's okay. A for effort. But if this were like, what do you call it? Like media studies or visual, AV class or something. Mebanks is our star prince. He's like the A+ student, and you're at risk of failing here, man. Mebanks, he's very talented, especially he's my age. He learned this stuff pretty well. You see me struggling with, StreamYard's different because they keep changing things around. It's the same thing, but it's changed. But you see me struggle in Discord. I don't even know what a Discord was. You see me struggling. I'm an old man with technology. For a guy my age, Mebanks does a pretty good job. I'm impressed. I really am impressed. Well, tell me, JT, is he jealous because he wants me to himself or because he's in love with Dumb? In other words, which one of us is he in love with? Which one of us does he want out of the picture? In other words, I want OC to myself. We got to get rid of Dumb. Or I'm in love with Dumb. How dare OC have a cheeseburger with him before I could? Who is he jealous of? Who does he want to be a fag with? Me or Dumb? Probably Dumb. Dumb is much sexier. I will admit that. Chris Carter, my mother, why can't I be a pretty girl like that? Yeah, Dumb's the pretty girl. Okay, but yes. But you don't have to commute. You work from home. You can just wake up, roll out of bed, and do your work. So getting up for work, I understand. You want to be focused, but don't make it sound like you got you got to get up, do a bunch of shit, have like an hour commute, punch in. I mean, you at least have the luxury of working from home, but actually making good money. So you're not but you're kind of living a neat adjacent lifestyle where, you got to work, but you don't have to get out. You don't have to travel. You don't have to be in a social environment with a bunch of assholes. You get to have you and Rafterman and Doggo, you're all very lucky. You get to have income without having to be in a social environment. Well, I'm autistic. I don't think Dumb is. He's definitely not a normie, but I don't think Dumb is autistic. Totem, I don't know enough about. You're his bitch boy. Is Totem autistic? I don't know. Tell me, is he autistic? Because why is he trying to burn down my coffee house by bringing the guy with a traumatic brain injury? So I'm autistic. I don't think Dumb is. He's definitely a failed normie. He's got his problems, but I don't see autism. Yes, that's what I said. He's getting a little bit better. I said, keep working on it. I think my criticism of Dev Pike, and no, I'm not punching down. My criticism of the guy is he thought he was better than he was. It's like with me. I like to sing, as you know, but I will admit I'm a shitty singer. There are some people who are shitty singers like me, but they think they're good or they think they're better than they are. They get up on stage and they really, really think they're great, and it's like, I don't pretend. In other words, know your limitations and know where you can improve. You're A for effort, bro, but your stuff isn't like Mebanks level yet. Maybe you'll get there. You're not there yet. He was too quick to praise himself. That's my criticism of Dev Pike. I like your shit. A for effort. You're too quick to praise yourself. Look at Mebanks. His stuff is great. Exactly. It's a good point. Now, you can ask who Mebanks is, but it's not important. You don't want to know my lore. You don't want to go back and learn anything about me. Tuli's right. You don't need to know. We are your superiors. Get out of the club. This is Mensa. No, I even said, hypothetically, if I went to Australia, there would be no menage a trois. There would be no threesome. There would be no throuple. It would be two folks going to a bedroom, closing a door. One will be left out. So two go in, one stays out. I will not be being left out. I'm going to the bedroom. I don't know who the other party will be. We'll have to decide that. I'm going to the bedroom with someone. So you and Donna can work out who comes with me and who stays outside. You guys figure that amongst yourselves. No, dumb. Now you're turning to JT. You're turning to JT because you're not paying attention because you don't give a shit. I know you don't. I said earlier, there will be no menage. Didn't I say this, Starlings? There'll be no threesome. It's not going to be a three-way. I'm going to the bedroom, and one of these two will join me. They can decide amongst themselves. Well, we know that's not true. You came on. You didn't tell us much, but you're clearly not. You're a different person. You're not Totem. We know that. Unless Totem was using some voice program, because Totem's a Swede living in Norway. I know we're living. Remember, I'm technologically slow. We're living in more modern times. Unless that was a voice changer, but the accent was still too good. Totem's English, he comprehends and types well, but his accent, he's got that very strong Swedish accent, and sometimes he uses the wrong term. So I can't even do the accent. But even if he was using some kind of voice program, I don't know. And here we go. Let me check. I want to check this guy, Depressed and Want to Creep. I want to check out this guy. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me check out this dude's. I'm going to click on his. He seems like an interesting character. JT thinks that's Todd in the profile. We see how ignorant JT is. I don't know who that is in the profile pic. So let me check this dude out and share screen. Hold on. Okay, so here is the website for Depressed and Wanted Creep. I'm not sure who this is. Let's take a look. Depressed and Wanted Creep. This isn't Todd. Maybe this is Depressed and Wanted Creep. He doesn't have any live streams, but he's got a lot of videos. Maybe he's into police shit, police rescue. Now, I see, look here, an age yet to come. I see a kangaroo crossing sign. So we now know that Depressed and Wanted Creep is in Australia. Dumb, is this you? Is this your proxy, Dumb? It looks like New South Wales. Is this Dumb's alternate backup channel? He calls himself Depressed and Want to Creep. Dumb, is this you coming to say you love me? Is this Dumb? Oh, we got, let's see. Oh, yeah. Dumb and Donda went to, okay, the three sisters. This must be Dumb. They're in Australia. Katrumba. This is Dumb. He's talking about Bogans. Wow, Dumb is really adapting himself to life in New South Wales. He's into Ouija boards. Wow. He was asking the spirits if we should be friends again. Okay, so this, what do you call it? Depressed and Want to Creep is clearly Dumb's alternate account. Dumb, I love you. You've proven it to me. Look, oh, we got some tunnels. We got the Wakehurst Parkway. That's in Australia. Okay, this is Dumb. Sydney Metro. Dumb, you've come back to me. Oh, wait, what's this? Wait. Who the hell is this? Who the fuck is this dude? That's not Dumb. I don't know who this is. We can ask JT. Ask JT if he knows who this is. Depressed and Wanted Creep. You got my hopes up. I thought you were Dumb. I'm seeing a guy who's got a bunch of Australian videos. I'm thinking this must be Dumb coming home to me with his alternate. Things were so tense with his original channel. He'd come back to me, and I thought this was Dumb in Australia. This ain't Dumb. Who the fuck is this dude? I've never seen this guy before. Who's this?
Okay, so I just came back from a job interview of sorts.
Okay, so we know this can't be dumb because he's got a native Australian accent. This isn't some fucking Pennsylvanian who moved to New South Wales and doesn't even know. He thinks waltzing Matilda is dancing Matilda. Okay, so this isn't dumb. This is a native Australian, and this dude can work. So we know that dumb can't work yet. He doesn't have his working papers. So whoever this guy is, he's an Australian native, and he can work in Australia. Okay, so this ain't. I thought this was dumb. Who's depressed and wanted creep? Who are you? Who is this guy? Who is this dude? I'd love to meet this dude in real life. Maybe this dude will come on my stream sometime. Wouldn't that be cool? We can have a panel. Oh, that would be awesome. I don't know who that is, but I know he's Australian. I know he's not dumb. Who is this dude? Who the fuck is this depressed and wanted creep guy? And how come the guy in the profile picture doesn't match the guy in the fucking video?
Fucking shit.
What is this? Who is this dude? This is we got a mystery on our hands, people.
No, not too far. I guess the weather's not helping.
The weather. Okay, all right. So I don't know who this dude is. Starlings, we got to do some sleuthing. JT, this is how you prove your love for me. You find out who this dude is, this depressed and wanted creep. Find out all you know about him and see if you can get him to come on one of my panels, because I'd love to. And I'm sure if depressed and wanted creep and if he and I were friends on Discord, unlike dumb, this dude, this asshole, whoever he is, this dude would never unfriend me out of the blue. So I don't know who he is, but I'd like to get to know him. So JT, you go out and you bring me depressed and wanted creep, because he seems like an interesting fellow. I'd love to hear about life in Australia when he believes the world. I've never seen this guy before. Who is this? Who is this dude?
I'm just at it.
Who the hell is this dude? I'd love to talk to him face to face, even if it's online. I've never done that before. Who's this dude? We don't know. Welcome, Starlings. I do. He seems like a broken loser. Please go out, find him, and bring him here. I'd love to meet him. I want a new Starling. I've never met this dude before, whoever he is. Please, JT, you in your infinite wisdom, find depressed and wanted creep and get him to come on my panel. Maybe we'll be Discord friends.
I don't want to work.
I don't want to work either. This guy's cool.
There's no point.
No point. Agreed.
No incentive.
No incentive. No.
For me.
No incentive. Bring this dude to me. JT,
What?
That's your task. I want a new friend, whoever this depressed and wanted creep is. He'll be my new buddy.
Anyway.
He's in Australia. He can be my new buddy.
Might be a bit rambly.
He is a bit rambly, but hey, I'm a bit rambly. So bring me the head of depressed and wanted creep. Okay, where were we? Well, depressed and wanted man, is JT correct? It was just a cheeseburger. JT tells me, you even said, I only met the guy once. Was it not to you what it meant to me? Who's HC? I'm missing something here. Is this some Australian term? Oh, it's like some kind of licensing thing. What is HC? What are we talking about? I'm behind again. But it wasn't JT. For me, it was, but apparently it didn't mean the same for my partner. It didn't mean. I have to repeat that 10 times. You're going to say, watch, in 2 minutes, he'll say, Dumb didn't feel the same way that you did. Yeah, I just said that. Please pay attention. I know where this is going. But no, you shouldn't be here, JT. You should be getting depressed and want to creep. Whoever this dude is, he looks like he looks. I wonder if he's into bussy. This guy looks sexy. Maybe we can be fags together. I'll move to Australia, and Dumb and Donda and me and this dude, whoever he is, we can all get together for a cheeseburger. Won't that be fun? We can get yeah. I think this could work. This could work.
Yeah, I've had to apply. Well, didn't have to, but.
Well, hold on. JT says it wasn't. He's the know-it-all. He knows all my lore. And JT said that you yourself said it was just a burger. So a nothing burger. This is what JT said. JT, not me. So we got to go with JT here. Okay, so what does HC stand for? This is some Australian thing, some kind of licensing thing. I guess a truck driver thing or a truckie thing or a lorry thing. What does HC stand for? It's some kind of authorization. It's kind of like our equivalent of a CDL, probably. James, come on, man. You're a fucking American. Translate English into Australian because we're Australian to English. We're Americans. We speak English. Please translate this Australian jibber jabber into proper English. What is an HC? It's what? CDL? What is this? He's not for someone who wants to be my buddy. You won't even acknowledge me. You're like JT. You're just ignoring me. I am wearing my new dress tonight, but you don't even notice me. You know, I will do the dishes while you go have a beer. Where is my John Wayne? Where is his shiny gun? Where is my happy ending? Where have all the cowboys gone? They've all gone to New South Wales, apparently. Heavy combination equals HC, which is what? Is that a license to let you, like what we call CDLs? See, they're different classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, endorsements. We won't get into that. Dumb, please translate Australian into English for me. What the hell's an HC? Who cares? Why am I talking to Dumb? He doesn't really want to talk to me. Interesting. Right. CDL. A, B, C. And there are different endorsements, like hazmat endorsement. And, you have a CDL B, but you can drive this truck because even though you're not an A, which is the top, you still have an endorsement that allows it. We got a lot of endorsements, but yeah. It was a bacon cheeseburger. Don't forget the cheese with onions and tomato. In fact, why don't you go back and watch the video? It's up. I'm not spoon feeding you anymore, Lore. Let's see if Cassandra puts that song on her list. Oh, for someone who pays a lot of attention, that's what it made me think of. Where is my John Wayne? Where is his shiny gun? Where is my lonely ranger? Where have all the cowboys gone? Where is my Marlboro man?
But I don't want to blow through my savings. I've got to get work.
There he is. Bring this guy to me.
And
be the matchmaker.
The alternative to that is just live out of the car here or on the street. Because the car's going to cost me money.
Oh, no, this guy's going to go homeless. Donda, why are you importing Americans when you've got desperate guys right there in New South Wales? Donda, you really are the she-beast. Why don't you go for local men instead of importing a guy from Pennsylvania? And on the same topic, Donda, not only are you not going with your local New South Walesians, or whatever you call each other, New South Welsh, whatever the fucking term is, New South, whatever. Why are you stealing our sons? We want our native-born Americans to stay here. We want the foreigners out. Why are you stealing? We need more Americans, less foreigners. Why are you stealing our native-born and not, going after your own men, you greedy bitch? Leave Dumb to me. You can have this dude, this depressed and wanted creep.
Servicing tires, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. You can have blah, blah, blah here. Okay, cool. See, I am kind of funny. But only if you know the lore, which will not be spoon-fed. Hey, again, this dude is in New South Wales. Maybe Dumb should meet him for a cheeseburger or a Vegemite sandwich, whatever the fuck they do there in Australia.
Etc. So Dumb's
going to steal this guy from me and break my heart just like he did with me. Okay,
ways to minimize costs or...
All right, change of plans. Don't worry about me. JT should get that dude, this dude here, should get him and Dumb together, or him and Donda together. Don't worry about me. Whoever this guy is, this depressed and wanted creep. I see. Well, there was also the closing of the frontier, which is symbolic. Like, my grandpappy was a cattle rustler. But now I'm living in, well-established California. We're now a state. We've got roads and civilization. Kind of like with the Vikings. The Vikings went out because Scandinavia had a shortage of women and a shortage of land. I'm not going to get a wife. I'm not going to get a farm. Might as well just become a raider, go around raiding things, settle Greenland, settle Iceland. But then eventually that frontier closed. Same with us. Our frontier closed. And in a broader sense, our civil frontier. By frontier, I don't mean a border or boundary. I mean that extreme peripheral. Once that front, which is the American and Canadian term. So I don't mean frontier the way the British use it as a border. Oh, the frontier between Wales and England. No, I mean frontier, not a border, but a frontier as in that outermost, let's pursue that outermost fringe. When the fringe goes away, I guess you got a bunch of men who would have been frontiersmen that don't know what to do with themselves. And it's kind of symbolic of what we're seeing now with, the breakdown of society in general, a metaphorical frontier. No, you told me you have a thing for brown-eyed American men with thicker accents and thicker hair. You said to me, your accent is much thicker than the Pennsylvania accent, and your hair is much thicker than other men I know, and you've got beautiful puppy dog brown eyes. That's what you were lying whore. You're a liar and a whore, but you should be sticking to your Australian people and not stealing my American dumb. How dare you, you Aussie bitch. Look at this dude. What's wrong with this dude? Don't reject this dude, Donda.
Yeah, not having to partake in society. Like, fuck society.
Like I was just saying, a frontier's closing because of women like you. You're importing men from America instead of dating your locals here. Poor, depressed, unwanted creep.
Women are society, and society doesn't want me.
Exactly. This dude's right. I will agree with him on that. I will agree with this. I agree with the Preston wanted creep. Women are society. Donda, you're ruining your Australian society by stealing our American men. But anyway, no, I didn't listen to a love song. I talked to my brother and I talked to Cassandra and I agreed to refriend Dumb, and he didn't even notice. But you don't even notice me. This song better up on the list, Cassandra. Because this isn't just something I sang a line of. I don't care about Cheeseburger in Paradise, but I'm singing Paula Cole. The only good song she ever had. I never liked that other one, that Dawson's Creek theme, the one you still hear in retail. I hated that song, but I always loved, he took the job in tennis. He made friends at the bar. He goes to see him every day of the week. I will raise the baby. You go have a beer. Where is my John Wayne? Where is his shiny gun? Where is my happy ending? Donna stole it. Where have all the American cowboys gone? You can have this Australian weirdo. He's for you.
Well, the women I want. Anyway,
the women he wants. I'm sure.
I think.
We don't know, but I'm sure if we brought this to Preston Want to Creep On, I'm sure he'd be happy with a woman like Donda. I would imagine. I have no way of knowing, but I'd imagine. By the way, for the Starlings who know me and all the lore and know all of the people we're talking about here, this is my humor. This is my humor. I don't care if you don't get it. This is my style. If you don't get it or don't like it, fly away. Yeah, because a lot of you know the lore. You know who the parties and the characters are here. Well, we had a guy on. His name was Depressed and Want to Creep. I have no idea who he is. I checked out his channel. He appeared to be in Australia. He was in New South Wales. I saw kangaroo crossing signs and other shit. And I thought, wow, maybe this is Dumb's alternate profile. Instead, it's a very lonely, depressed, broken Australian man. And we got women in New South Wales stealing men from America, taking our native-born Pennsylvanians when they could have a beautiful hunk like this.
Realistically, they should be within my reach.
Absolutely. They should be. So. But they're importing men from halfway across the world, stealing our Americans at your expense. So I feel bad. Whoever this guy is,
lately,
I don't recognize him, but if you Starlings want, you can go out and bring me this dude because he seems interesting. I'd love to talk to him. I'm sure if we were Discord friends, he would never unfriend me. He seems like a nice enough dude, whoever he is. Depressed and Want to Creep. Duck. Instead of dumb, we got duck. Duck and cover. You may have to spoon feed JT, but JT knows all, and he said the cheeseburger was just a burger because Dumb himself said, I only met the guy once. Okay. Anyway, I uploaded my shrink video. You guys can watch that. Brother Click, you get first dibs. We got through that finally. When we get through the Dr. Smith trial video, I'll put that one up in a day or two. And I think my shrink video is a good preamble to that. Even though I saw my shrink the day after, my shrink was not happy with, another shrink has a different opinion. Who is this guy? Like the cats. They see a dog, they run. They see a human from a distance away, they just look at him like, huh? They see another cat way out in the distance. Who's that? Another one of my type? This is my place. Who's that? I remember they were so intensely focused on a cat, halfway across a field, whereas they didn't give a shit about humans, and they were scared of dogs. They'd run. They didn't run or acting differently. Who's that? He was acting like that with Dr. Smith. Okay. Almost done. I'll go to the 2-hour mark. I'm at a minute and 54, 55. I'll go 5 more minutes, finish my beer. Yeah, make a nice 2 hours. Nice stream. Like I said, I didn't even want to stream. It was actually Brother Click's idea because he's like, look, I'm tired of video editing. I'm glad we got the shrink video done. I can't watch the fucking Staten Island video right now. Let's just stream for like half hour. Fine. But you guys like to see Brother Click, I think. You always ask, where's Brother Click? Well, you got him. If you didn't see him, you can always rewind back and watch. Get the lore. the lure, the allure of the lure. Man, I must be drunk. The allure of the lure. What was the other thing? Hold on. That's a good title. I like the allure of the allure. I like what my shrink said. Terminal degree. I gotta write these down. I might not use them, but they seem like a terminal degree. There's something else the shrink said that I thought was interesting. Anyway. I actually didn't get his messages. I refriended him on Discord, and all I saw was the last message I sent to him. He didn't even notice. So, no. We got the allure of the allure. But we are winding down. Anything else? We got like 3 minutes here. Well, or either for the 2 hour mark, or if before or when I finish my beer. So either or. Either we get to the 2 hours before I finish, or I stay on 5 minutes later to finish. Either or. We'll do either or. 2 hours / finish a beer. Well, Donda, I got to tell you, you mentioned Stevie Nicks here. I've been afraid of changes because I built my life around false friends, but time makes you bolder. Freak, fuck up losers on the internet, get older. I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. Climb a mountain and you turn around. And if you see my reflection in those snow-covered hills, this landslide has brought me down. Yeah, the landslide has brought me down. And Cassandra, if you're going to add that song, do not add the Dixie Chicks cover version, for the love of Christ. You added the Dixie Chicks version, didn't you? Oh, Christ. And don't add the live version. Do the original. Take my love, take it down. Yeah. Well, I've been afraid of. I guess maybe I gotta get pushed into changes. I built my life around starlings and dumb, but time makes you bolder. Even spurgs, fuck ups, weirdos, failed normies get older. I'm getting older too. This guy looks pretty old. He looks like he's even older than me. I'm 43. This guy looks like he's pushing 50. So he knows what I'm talking about, I'm sure. I'm sure this dude gets it.
With the assistance of my dear mother.
Landslide could be the theme to this video he posted. Depressed, I feel your pain, man. Let's be friends. You seem like a nice guy. Let's get a Vegemite sandwich when I come to Australia. Maybe I can crash on your couch. We can be Discord friends. Because time makes you bolder.
Yeah, she's helping me. Shot off.
This dude's getting older too.
Some resumes too.
So take his love, take it down. Climb the blue mountains, look for a yowie, and turn yourself around. And if you see my reflection, or this guy's reflection, Depressed on Creep's reflection in those Australian hills, the landslide will bring you
down. Does
the
interim jobs still apply?
The landslide will bring you down. Yeah. Look at this guy. He's sexy looking. Look at that. That's a good screenshot. He's sexy looking. Because I've been. Well, archivist, I got to leave it up to you to some extent. But I knew if I didn't say anything, you'd have added the Dixie Chicks cover, and I would have lost my shit. I'd say, delete your fucking archive. What good of an archivist are you? I knew you would have done that. You would have added the Dixie Chicks version. I know you. Don't lie to me, Cassandra. No, I want the original. Well, that was Fleetwood Mac, and Stevie Nicks has done it solo. It's like one of their signature songs. Do not give me the Dixie Chicks fucking cover. I'll lose my shit. That I will spurg out and go nuts. My brother, I have the album. I downloaded it. I actually downloaded it years ago. Before Fleetwood Mac was a British band originally. Peter Green, he went nuts. American Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, they were doing their own thing. They released an album together. I have it somewhere. I have the album. My brother said, "Oh, they're actually finally," because it was an obscure album. It was very hard to find. I think I bought it at the Princeton Record Exchange. I had like a record version, which was all scratchy, so I downloaded some MP3s. He said, "Oh, after all these years, they're finally going to remix, remaster, and release the original Buckingham Nicks album before they joined up with Fleetwood Mac. So that'd be interesting. It's not that great. It's not that great an album, but it's more of like, a stepping stone, like a terminal degree, if you will. It's a stepping stone, a transitionary, a bridge. Now, you were about to add the Dixie Chicks, and I called you out on it. Thank God. Thank God. All right, 2 hours. Finish the beer or say goodnight. Say goodnight. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short. I was saying this before. There's no time for fussing and fighting, my dumb. I have always thought that it's a crime. So I'll ask dumb once again. Try to see it my way, the right way, OC's way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. Dumb, why to see it your way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. We can work it out. Gotta stop vaping, but I love it too much. Fine. Let's not bicker and argue. You got to. As long as it's Stevie Nicks, we're cool. I don't want to hear one of the Dixie Chicks. As long as it's Stevie Nicks' voice, close enough. Close enough. I don't ask for much. I don't care which version. As long as it's Stevie Nicks and not fucking. Okay, that's all I ask for. Don't give me the Dixie Chicks for that. That's all I ask. As long as I hear Stevie Nicks, we're cool. So I'm easy going. I only sprig out when we get too ridiculous. You know what I mean? By the way, before I go, why did you say, where was it? I lost it. I should have quoted it. Here it is. You said you're surprised it wasn't on the list. I don't know if I sang. I don't pay attention to what I sang or not. That's up to my archivist. My archivist takes care of that shit for me. But why is my archivist surprised? That seems like a song I should have sung. Like you say, you told me like half the songs I sing you don't know. The other half you've heard in passing, and it's hard for you to find them. But this song you clearly know, and you're surprised. Why is that? I'm asking for. Why are you surprised I haven't sung Landslide yet? Why are you surprised? Are you still here, Cassandra? Answer that, and we can say goodnight. Why are you surprised that Landslide wasn't on the list? Why did you expect it to be there? It's not a criticism. I'm truly curious. You're right. We broke up over a cheeseburger. Interesting. It seems like a song I should have sung already. So knowing me, knowing my lore, knowing my backstory, actually paying attention to some extent, I seem like a guy who should have sung Landslide. Okay, interesting. The allure of the lore. Maybe you can enlighten newcomers, maybe not. We don't know. Yeah, popular song with the words often coincide with life stuff. Yeah, and I got a lot of this life stuff, but it's finally happened. It took a heartbreak and a cheeseburger and a trip to Zillinger, Pennsylvania, of all places, for me to get to the state. But I'm there. I'm there. It happened. Someone could break hearts. Yeah. I'm sad over the cheeseburger, but it doesn't matter. If both parties aren't sad, if it didn't mean the same to him as it meant to me, then okay. But I'm learning. It's a learning experience for a Spurg. Yeah, spoon feed the baby. JT really is kind of. That's why I say maybe he is a hardcore troll, but this is we're into like brain damage territory. No joke. And no one talked about why is Totem trying to jeopardize my channel here. All right, is it time to end this nonsense? Yeah, but okay, so the only lore JT learns is what Cassandra looks like. Okay, there are a lot of people like that. Who's that guy who? Again, we talk about how people. Cassandra, you said yourself. Some people are very petty. You don't like me, that's fine. I don't ban anyone. I try to work with them. I try to actually like engage them, which might be one of my faults. I've had people just cut me off flat out for no reason. And then, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This got wet and it ripped. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sad me. Okay, but anyway. Oh no! Oh no! Can't wait. Anyway, I got the hostiles coming after me, and I got the people who don't know what's going on. They're oblivious. They know me. They know the hostile, and they ask me, "What did you do? Why does JT not like you? What happened with Lisha Pisha? Hey, what's going on with you and White Computer Power? I don't know. Those people decided they didn't like me and banned me flat out. Ask them. Don't ask me, asshole. They were hostile to me. Don't ask me what's going on with them. It's their problem, their hang up. They didn't even know me or get to know me. I'll give JT that. Even though JT's retarded, at least he hangs around. It's the one thing he's got going. He won't leave the coffee house. But you get these people who don't even know me. Instead of saying this guy's not for me, let me leave. I get a lot of people who say you're not for me, I'm leaving. Fine. I got lurkers who make a big deal about leaving, but still hang around, lone hiker. And then I got people who want to make this big, dramatic, I hate this guy. He wants to neat. Yeah, I've been saying that since the get-go. He called me a Starling. I call everyone Starlings. He's got a bad haircut or his shirt's gray. I get this a lot. And then people ask me, the oblivious, I like you, OC, but what'd you do to piss them off? Ask them. Stop asking me. But anyway, we know what Cassandra looks like. JT, I'll post a link if you show your face. Show us your face. Will you show your face? Answer some questions. If not, forget it. I'm dead serious. Will you show your face? Cassandra showed her face. And see, like with Dev Pike. Dev Pike says these people are morons, block them. But now he's best friends with them because of me. Because I gave Cassandra a chance. I gave Zenesis a chance. I gave Donda a chance. I invited them both to one of my channels in my coffee house. Dev Pike was finally willing to make friends, but if we're up to him, like Lisha Pisha or White Computer Power, he would just, you're dead to me. It gives him some kind of sense of pride. And JT, you get to see what Cassandra and others look like because they took the time to, as a coffee house, I'm playing my song, I stop, I tell stories of my life. Let's meet each other. You guys are regulars. Let's meet each other. If you want to participate, show your face. Don't be, I might get doxxed and go away. You see, you criticize me, but then you utilize you're happy to see Cassandra. And that's why I remembered White Computer Power. He unblocked me temporarily just so he can come on my stream and look at Cassandra. So you got our one token bitch. The guys are simping over the token girl. Doesn't matter what she looks like. She's the only girl here. And the guys are going nuts. A girl. Do you have a sister? Maybe some of these guys who never got action from women and don't have sisters, it's like a girl said hi to me. A girl said, "Hey, excuse me, you dropped this." A girl. JT, are you an incel? Of course you've seen her. You went back just to find what she looked like White Computer Power. I hate OC. I didn't like the questions he asked Todd that one time. He's dead to me forever. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to block because they told me Cassandra's on. I want to see what the girl looks like. Yeah, we've been through this. Right. That's how this rolls. This isn't an open panel where randos come on every stream. Sometimes I do a panel. The main reason I do StreamYards is because I can click on comments that I'm responding to. That's actually the first prime reason. So I can, I click on the comment that I'm talking to, as opposed to referring to a comment from half a fucking hour ago. So that's why I like StreamYards. I like to bring people on who have been here, who want to come on, who want to share. If JT doesn't want to do that, he doesn't understand the spirit of this place. Why is he here? No, he did that after the fact. You came on a few times. It was after the fact. I think your buddy, Kid Froglet, said, Kid Froglet used to come around, wanted my attention. Then he wants to be part of a community. Maybe JT's the same, wants to be part of a quote-unquote community, if you can call this bullshit a community. And Kid Froglet used to humor me. Wow, bro, I'm only 19 years old. How are you so articulate? Well, give it another 30 years, you'll find out. Anyway, then he starts talking to these people who don't know me, don't like me. Lisha, why don't you like OC? I don't know the guy. I didn't give him a chance. He's a fucking asshole. White Computer Power, why don't you like OC? Oh, he asked Todd these questions. Okay, I don't like him either. Do the thinking, what I call secondhand hatred. Do the thinking for me. So you're getting secondhand hatred from people who don't even know me. So do the thing. I mean, JT might be Kid Frog looked to White Computer Power, a guy I don't even know, who banned me flat out before I even started streaming because he didn't like the questions I asked Todd about Social Security or grandma. You're asking advice from people who don't even know me. Same thing. JT's getting advice from Totem, who wants to destroy my coffee house. So secondhand hatred. And the useless idiot simpletons tend to fall for it. That's the problem in life. Half the people want to ruin me. And so they get their cronies, simpleton morons, useful idiots, as my shrink calls them, to do the dirty work. Story of my life, but you guys get to see it in real time. Oh, Cassandra, let's be honest. You do kind of look like a mushed potato. But hey, some of these guys would fuck burn victims and amputees. So in this day and age, a lot of these people would gladly go for a mushed potato girl. So don't worry about it. You forgot. Beppis wouldn't have forgotten. Beppis wouldn't have forgotten what Todd called her. Beppis wouldn't have forgotten what Todd called you. That's my criticism, Cassandra. Beppis wouldn't have forgotten that. You forgot. Beppis wouldn't have. I like you, Cassandra, but you're no Beppis. Right, they're the useful idiot types. Tell me what to think and I'll believe it. I want to be part of a group. Tell me what the group believes and I'll prove my loyalty by trolling people I don't even know because you told me you don't like them. I don't know. My Starlings tell me you guys are butt buddies. That's what I heard. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Can't confirm or deny because I don't really go anywhere. I'm in my nest. Nope. Totem said he sent you. You're one of his cronies. He admitted to all this. Don't cry. You shouldn't. Cassandra, I just told you. I don't know much about Froglet other than he was a child, a teenager, trying to join a community. And he was trying to be my buddy at first, a little too buddy. And then he turned on me because people who don't even know me said I suck. So why would you cry? If you really were loyal to me, token bitch, you wouldn't cry over someone like him. I see, Cassandra. Now I'm seeing the truth. Yeah, you're a fucking snake in the grass. You were that traumatized. I know you're going to pretend you're joking, but I think there's some truth. She is. That's true. Beppis, I do miss her Spurget mind. Yes, she was definitely a Spurget. I know others might think they're Spurgs or Spurgets, but I had no question. No question in my mind. That doesn't mean I like someone because they're a Spurg or Spurget. There are other people, like I think Lonehager's a Spurg, but we had a falling out. So it's not I like you or dislike you because you're a Spurg. There are Spurgs I like, Spurgs I dislike. There are failed normies I like, failed normies I dislike. There are schizophrenics I like. So it's not, that's just one variable of an equation of how people get along. My criticism is, we're not all going to get along. That's life. But you don't even know me. You don't want to get to know me. Go away. I don't know the guy, but I decided I hate him. It's such a strange, to my Spurg mind, I still, intellectually, I understand it, but it makes no fucking sense. And you're lucky. I went on longer than I wanted to, but I still got some beer. I'm talking a lot. Let me wet my palate. Wet my whistle. Well, that's how he is. You get those useful idiots who want to be part of a group, and they'll try to be your friend just to get in the group. And then if they get into a bigger group, they'll throw you under the bus. It's very telling. It's not about King Froglet. It was King Froglet because he came on once or twice. He was from Louisiana. I call him Kid Froglet. King Froglet. He's telling of something you see in life, how people will do this, like a starter friend, new kid in class, doesn't know anyone. He's a normie, but he's new. He'll latch onto a loser who's desperate for friends just to have some kind of social in, learn about the place, learn about the school, learn about the teachers, learn about other kids, and then ditch you when he gets accepted by the cool kids to say, fuck that loser. But parasitic. They use you to learn about the school and who's cool, who's not. They pretend to be your friend. You're desperate for a friend because you're a Spurg loser, and they throw you under the bus. Depressed, unwanted man. James, don't tell me you're not getting petrol and snacks. Listen to me. If you actually care, you might disagree, but listen. Don't pull a JT or a Kid Froglet. Listen, friend. Like I said, Cassandra, I'm not kidding. Some of these dudes, you see how my channel isn't even about being an incel or not getting a girlfriend. That's I talk about it sometimes. That's the least of my problems. Some of these dudes are so fucking desperate. They would fuck a burn victim. So it doesn't matter if someone puts you down, says you look like a mushed potato. These are guys who'd fuck a burn victim if she spread her legs for them. So it's don't worry about insults. Men are desperate. Men don't really care. Men will fuck anything. So it doesn't matter what they say. You may not be the 10 Stacy, the ultimate 10 they wanted, but regardless of what they say, a lot of these guys here, they'll say to me in private, like Dom used to say, Beppis comes to your channel. She doesn't come to mine anymore. I'm so jealous. Beppis isn't in love with me. She's just hanging out. Relax. Same thing with Cassandra. Cassandra, your boyfriend must be jealous you're talking to OC because I'd be super duper jealous. Even if my friend, talked to my woman, I'd be so jealous. So we're seeing the truth that comes out. So if anything comes out of this channel, say what you want about me. Throw me under the bus. Maybe you're seeing in real time what I'm talking about. Proof of the living black pill. And these morons prove it without realizing it. I'm hoping someone, like I talk about stairs, Most people won't get beyond whatever stair they're on. I'm hoping a few of you who have, it's a bit fuzzy, but I can kind of through the clouds see another stair. Maybe I don't expect you to be at the top of the stairs. Maybe I can get one stair up or half the stair up and learn something and enlighten myself. And I think some of you Starlings have that potential. I do. So we should call you, you'll be Mrs. Is Seymour Mr. Potato? And you're Mrs. Potato Head? Mr. and Mr. Potato Head. We'll change your eyes, change your ears, change your shoes. Yeah, but he'd fuck you anyway. In real life, if he met you in a bar, unless he's gay, I don't know. He seems vested in the gay drama. I just hope this dude, whoever he is, isn't gay. I hope he's not going on about pussy because, I already have a gay lover. It's going to take me some time to get over dumb. So if this dude is gay and he's into pussy, it's going to take some time to Preston want to creep. I don't know anything about you. Don't know I know you're an Australian. That's about all I know. If you're into pussy, it's going to take some time. My heart's been broken. My anus has been broken. It's going to take some time, whoever you are, but I'm sure we'll be the best of friends eventually. Wouldn't it be great to see this dude on my panel? We've never seen him before. Maybe he'll come on my panel. What do I think about what? About this guy and Bussy or Dumb or JT? What do we, or your boyfriend? What do I think about what? Again, another criticism for a language Nazi grammar, Cassandra. You use a lot of ambiguity, ambiguous pronouns, and not pronouns, but ambiguous pronouns, but also like, you do have to give a little, you got to articulate better like my father. My old man used to criticize me for. I'm always right. I am occupational fucking click. I am a genius. You people don't like it. You people hate it. You hate it. Like white computer power and Lisha Pisha because they know it's true. It bugs them that, wow, this guy really is our superior, but we don't want him to be. Yes, JT is correct. I am your superior. I'm not hiding behind an air of smugness. I've earned the right to be smug. I am your superior. I'm at the top of the stairs. I'm not scrolling up. What was his question? He says you're a pump and dump. Of course. And then pump and dump, but he'd start calling you or texting you, maybe not the next day, but by the end of the week, he'd be texting you. Then he'd start crying. I thought this girl was the one. Yeah. So he says you're a pump and dump. He would be tickled pink if you agreed to go out to pizza. If you said, let's go, look, I had fun last night. I don't want to be your girlfriend, but let's go out to pizza. Then something came up. I got to cancel my plans. He would lose his shit. Yes, like failed normies always do. I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't lose my shit over that. Because once we have the pizza or the cheeseburger, it's different. Once we meet for real, it's different. If we were going to have a pizza date and you and Seymour didn't show up, I'd say, damn, what a bunch of assholes. If we did show up, we had a nice time, and then after that, you and Seymour immediately ghost me, I'd say, what the fuck? I thought we were buddies. My heart's broken again. So it all depends on, like this guy. I'm sure he understands. This guy here, whoever he is, I wouldn't. Let's use Donda as an example. If this guy met Donda in real life, they went on a few dates or they did a friendly thing, I could understand him being upset if Donda suddenly ghosted him. It hurts when you meet someone in real life. You think you have a real life connection, and they ghost you. So that would hurt. This dude would never lose his mind if he only talked to Donda online and never met her in real life. He would never lose his mind over that. So this dude, this depressed and wanted creep guy, I know. I wouldn't blame him for losing his mind over Donda if he met her in real life and she ghosted him. I would think he was a fucking asshole if he did that over someone he never actually met in the flesh. So, not him. I wouldn't accuse depressed and want to creep of being like that. But people who are like that, kind of like, I think, oh, my God, another failed normie, getting upset. I'm not saying this guy's a failed normie. Maybe he's a spurg like me. You know what he should do? If he can't get a diagnosis, he should go down to the local. I know he's kind of old, but he should try to join the Navy and see what they say. See if they think he's autistic or not. That's what I think this dude should do. Just because he's in Australia. I don't know anything about him. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know this guy. I don't know his lore. All I know is he seems pretty cool. I wish he'd come on. Come on, depressed and want to creep. Join my panel. Join my panel. Be my friend. We can be Discord friends. I had a friend in Dumb. He dumped me. I know. This dude would never dump me on Discord. Okay. I can play it up. I can get you. Because it does prove a point, doesn't it? What are we talking about, Dubs? Dubs, this guy seems pretty cool. You should go check him out. Check out his channel. Report back to me. Anyway. All right, got a sip or two. We're winding down. Now, guys, we're at the 2.5 hour mark now. You guys, but it's good. I like talking. Like, and I said to my brother, sometimes my brother and I will be talking, and we'll have a great point. And I'll say, bro, you should say that on stream. Yeah, but we don't write it down, and then we forget about it. There's some little scraps of things I wish you'd say and wish I'd say. So when you get in the moment and then it strikes you and these thoughts come out, it's good. It's like therapy round 2. Yeah, I'm sure you guys would get along. I'm sure the three of us can all be friends. Sounds good. And if for some reason you two don't get along, you can't follow this dude, I won't hold it against him or you. People don't always get along. No need for a love triangle. In fact, when I think about it, I don't think this guy and Dubs will get along because this guy is in New South Wales and Dubs is in Perth. There might be an East Coast, West Coast thing. Dubs, if this guy turns out to be a jerk, I'm sorry. Don't blame it on me. But I'll still get along with both of you. Yeah, we got some new blood. The Preston wanted creep from Australia. That's all I know about him. Absolutely. Whatever. I'm not really into rap to begin with, but what's white Australia? That'd be fascinating. You know, rap is mostly an American nigger thing. Sometimes non-American niggers can pull it off. Like I think Drake is Canadian, though his father was Black American. And sometimes you might get like a, like what's his name? Oh, what was that? Shaggy from Jamaica. You know, Mr. Lover, Mr. Fantastic, really bombastic. I'm sure if Donda gave this dude a chance, instead of stealing our American boys, if she gave a local a chance, she would change her mind, do a 180 and be like, wow, Mr. Preston want to creep. Mr. Fantastic, really bombastic, Mr. Lover, call me Mr. Fantastic. Add that song. Good song for when I was growing up. Okay, so sometimes non-American niggers can pull it off. Sometimes white Americans can pull it off, like Eminem or Vanilla. A bad example. You know what I mean? It's rare to see people who are both white and non-American. Those are two criteria. You're neither white nor American, and you're going to rap. I wonder what an Australian white boy rap would look like. Dubs and this dude. Yeah, I'm from Perth. Everything is for what it's worth. I am better than you. And this guy, I can't get a woman, but I can kick your ass. I wonder if this guy's into skating. I can see this guy at a skater park, like 50 years old, hanging out at a skate. He seems like the type. I'm gonna waste you at the skater park. Gonna do a loop and you make a spark. Yeah, I'm just, I'm assuming what white Australian rap would sound like. You make me laugh. That's why I do this. Why do I stream? Well, it's entertaining for me too sometimes. When Starlings come to me. How long? I actually didn't really care about my looks. I know I always said I knew looks mattered. I didn't know how much they mattered. I'm an ugly fuck, but I wouldn't mind being an ugly fuck if people treat me like a human being. Problem is, I'm both ugly and a spurg. It's a deadly combination. If I were a good-looking spurg, I'd still have problems, but they'd be delayed. If I look like this, but were a normie, and came from a nice, both endogenous and exogenous. If I came from a nice household, I'd probably be one of these low-tier normies with some fat chick, or a chick who looks like Donda, or a chick who looks like Cassandra. So it's both. It's like an equation. As looks go down, neurotypicality, normalcy, has to go up. If you're, as one goes down, it's like an equation. One goes down, one has to go up. If you're ugly, but you're also a spurg, it's a deadly combination. I can do one, but not both. If I were just ugly, I'd probably be a little better off, but I'd still be a normie. If I were a good-looking spurg, like a Chad spurg, the social problems don't go away. They're still there, the misunderstandings, but they'd be delayed. I'd probably have a few girlfriends who would eventually dump me because of my social weirdness. But so you can be a spurg or you can be ugly, but if you're an ugly spurg, God help us all. But I do have a full head of hair for a guy who's over 40. You got to give me that. I see, oh my God, every now and then I'll see someone I went to school with, and I'm like, they look so fucking old. They lost all their hair. What the fuck? They look like an old man. And I know the camera can be misleading because as James told, I admire honesty, I admire criticism. James was like, you look like you do on camera, except you're a lot grayer in the beard. Not the hair. Your hair is still pretty brown, some gray on the side. He was like, wow, you're so much gray in the beard in person. You can see it here kind of. In person, in sunlight, in the natural Pennsylvania sun shining down in Waynesboro, it's more obvious. He's like, wow, you really are 40-something. Yeah. That's why real-life meetings, and I tell my shrink, and I said it in my video if you were paying attention, Like Dr. Smith said, I can see someone online hundreds of times. There's something about meeting them in the flesh that makes it different. And my shrink keeps putting it off. Oh, my hand is bad. Didn't you see? Was that in the video? He was going about, I can't meet you yet. We will meet. Oh, yeah, we'll do it one day. The monsters are coming. We'll meet one day. But right now, it's not a good time. He's been saying that for 2 years. He's putting me off. There's something about meeting someone in the flesh that's much different than 1,000 meetings online. And that's why that cheeseburger meant so much to me. Not just the cheeseburger. Breakfast, the meeting, the tour of the house, streaming with him, lounging in his comfy living room. The three of us, even he said, the three of us just hanging out. You're not even talking. Every now and then one of us gets up and takes a piss. It was like such a magic moment. It meant something to me. A Spurg who doesn't really have any friends, it meant something to me. And I would like to think it meant something to Dumb as well. I'd like to believe that. I would like to believe that. But you tell me it didn't. Maybe you're right. What do I know? I'm a Spurg. You like my attempt at a white Australian, two white boys from Oz trying to rap. What is it? You can be a black guy from somewhere else, or you can be a white American, and maybe you'll pull it off. At least you got the blackness or the Americanness. If you're neither black nor American, what does a white Australian rapper sound like? I can't even fathom it. But it'll be funny. You and this dude, whoever he is, having a nice, white Australian rap battle. Maybe Dumb can come join you. He can school you. He can come around like, yo, I'm Dumbo. I'm from Zelinga, but now I got a finger. I'm going to show you. She's a nice girl. Cassandra is a nice girl. Don't you pick on her. She's a nice girl with hobbies and boobs. She does have she is decently endowed, but it's like sometimes fat. I don't want to say, maybe I should be careful what I say here. She's only you're 4'11", so at your height, I would hope with your height and your meat, I would hope you've got decent tits. Get something out of the deal. I think so too. He looks like a dude I can get along with. I think we'll be friends on Discord and we'll never break apart. Even if we get into an argument or a tiff, he wouldn't unfriend me the way Dumb did. This dude here would never unfriend. He wouldn't pull a Dumb. He would never dumb me. So this dude, this depressed, don't want to creep, we'll be friends on Discord. He'll never, even if we get into an argument, we'll get it back together. He and I will be lifelong friends. He would never unfriend me on Discord. He would not do what the failed normie, depressed and wanted man did. This guy would never do that. Yeah, it's true. Her boobs are more like Melanie, like Melanie. Maybe that's where the name comes from. We should start calling Cassandra Melanie. No, I like Cassandra better. Yes, that is true. We're simping for you. Girl, you're the one girl. That's why you're here. You like being the one girl. Like you couldn't get attention from the guys in real life. You come here, you get all the male attention. Congratulations. You, the Starlingette. You turned Tara Norquay on me. You kicked her out of the nest. You turned Alicia Pisha on me. But Alicia Pisha's ugly. She's fat, but she's not even like sexy boobs fat. She's just a frumpy as if girl. But you kick Beppis out. You convince Beppis, like the guy who talks the other guy into committing suicide. You convince Beppis to delete her Discord, so she wouldn't be a threat to you. Now oh my God, Cassandra, you're very deviant, like Totem trying to ruin my coffee house. See, you're both deviant. You're both evil and wicked, but. You want my coffee house open. You want to be the only girl here. You get up on stage, you sing a little song. You're the only girl that all the guys flock to. Totem's trying to get me shut down. So you both have exogenous motives, but you want my coffee house open. You love my coffee house. Totem is your enemy now. He's trying to shut my coffee house down by packing it with people who don't belong here. Uh-oh. See? Wow, drama. Let's count your potato blessings. I do mog. If not socially, if not looks-wise, I do mog intellectually. I am your superior, top of the stairs. Oh, and I mog with hair for a guy in his 40s. You look at Dumb, you look at Dumb, and you look at grotesque subhuman, and you even look at this dude who's got to be, I'm assuming, later 40s. He's probably older than I am. He's probably pushing 50. You look at these guys, I do mog them with hair. We're all the same age, and I mog those fuckers with hair. That I will say. I mod Todd Thundercock. I mod James. I mod this dude, this depressed and want to creep, whoever he is from Australia. I mod him with hair. But again, it's not like they chose to lose their hair and I chose to grow hair. You don't have a choice. It's genetic. Like Chad is lucky and us ugly fucks, we don't have a choice. It'd be nice if there was some sympathy. Well, it's not your fault. You're an ugly creep, but hey, man, you're ugly fucking weirdo. It's not your fault. You didn't choose to be ugly. It just happened. And Chad, I'm lucky. I'm a Chad. I'm good looking. I didn't choose it. It just happened. So I'll reap the benefits, but I understand I didn't earn this. Genetics. And yes, I mog this dude with hair. 1,000%. Whoever he is. I mog him. Like Trump, I should have you guys in the coffee house. You can come up on stage and pull my hair to see if it's real. No, man, I'm William Shatner. This is a toupee, a wig. Or no, I do have hair, but it's white as a ghost. I dye it this color. Yeah. You can come up. We'll start with Cassandra. She can pull my hair. Tully can go up and smell my hair. Me Banks can take a clipping and take it to the laboratory, and you guys can see if my hair is real. If the color is real, if the hair itself is real, if the texture is real. You can find out. I have nothing to hide because it's real. And I'm lucky. Genetically in that regard. The one good thing my father gave me, piece of shit he is, because he's in his 70s. He still has a full head of hair, very thick, very lush like me. It's grayed, but it was slow to grade. Even my mother didn't, my parents, my father now has the salt pepper thing going on. My mother's got some gray, but she's like me. My mother is very similar to me. And people, when she would work, when she was still at work, she was in her 50s, people couldn't believe, the other women couldn't believe she didn't dye her hair. So genetically, I won the genetic lottery when it comes to hair. But again, I recognize that I didn't choose that. Just like Chad should recognize he didn't choose his success. He's got a good looking face. And he should have sympathy for the ugly fucks. And ugly fucks, it's not your fault. You didn't choose this face. And no, hair will not compensate for ugly. Thank God I'm not bald. That's good. But hair will not compensate for an ugly. And being a spurg won't compensate for an ugly. Yeah. Exactly, like a fortune cookie. I don't dismiss people. Fortune cookie. I'm saying you're speaking generalities, poster slogans. A fortune cookie, yeah. Running with my fortune cookie says it's like a random declaration. It doesn't delve into anything. It doesn't comprehend anything. It's just a general blanket statement. Low self-esteem is not very appealing. Try to have good self-esteem. Okay, that's nice. It's a fortune cookie. I'll smell yours, man. You also, one thing we have in common, you got a good head of hair. JT can go back and learn that lore. I want you to come on again. You got to make at least 2 appearances. You made 1. I need a second appearance. Not tonight, but you got to make at least a second appearance, Cheech. You got nice hair. We mog with hair. You got to come on one more time. Yes, I'll tell you what. I'll smell mine. No, you smell mine if I smell yours, whatever the saying is. We can smell each other's hair. Trust me. Dumb was opposed at first, but once you started, you didn't see this I didn't share this video. Once he started running his hands through it, he couldn't stop. He's like, my God, I'm jelly and I'm turned on. My God. He starts smelling. Like I said, you can smell it. I thought I'd give a little whiff. He goes, wow. Now I'm jealous of you. You're trying to take Donda away because you got such beautiful. Now I get it. Dumb really was jealous. Okay, he sees me as a threat, not a friend. Okay, now I get it. It makes sense now. Yeah, he was running his hands through my hair. He's like, I'm jealous because I'm bald. I'm jealous because you'll still Donda, and I'm turned on because your hair is so fucking sexy, man. For a guy in his 40s, your beard hair is really gray, but your hair on your head, oh my God, he's running his hands through it. He's smelling it. He's like, can I add some cheese and meat and like lick it? I said, well, time is a factor here, James. Sometime, no promises. Doctor, like my shrink, one of these days I'll meet my shrink in person once, and you'll come on again on camera on my stream a second time. One of these days. You got a stream. You don't have to go in the backyard if you're afraid of getting doxxed. Fine, I get it. You were scared of lone hiker. I don't care, by the way. But show us your laundry room. We want to see the laundry room, and we want to be able to. We couldn't hear your bass last time. I want to hear some bass, man. Plug into the amp, man. Blast it, man. Play me some bass. I want to hear some bass, man. And I want to see the laundry room, man. I will give you the backyard. Don't want to show me the backyard? Fine. Even at nighttime, you're afraid someone's going to position the stars? Fine. No backyard. We got to see the laundry room, and I want to hear your bass this time and see your beautiful, beautiful spick face. I always said, when it comes to the lesser races, the non-white folks, I get along with Spicks better than anyone else. I don't get along with Dotheads very well, even if I try. Gooks, I've never understood the just be white. Oriental girls were never interested in me. Niggers, I try to be polite with them. Niggers are terrible. Yeah, I would say I get along with Spicks better than any other lesser race. And this dude's half white, half spick. We should be the best of friends. What's going on here, JT? Were you lying to me, man? Are you like an American Indian or a Canadian First Nations or something? Be honest with you, man. Why not? No one's gonna dox you based on a laundry room, you asshole. Don't be a dick, Thule. Thule, I gave you. I said forget the backyard. I gave you a pass on the backyard. Don't make a big deal over a fucking laundry room. Come on, man. Don't dumb me. Don't dumb me. Be like this dude, Saint depressed and want to creep. He would never dumb me. Don't dumb me, Thule. Don't dumb me. You know, women, for the most part, don't have to worry about their looks. Sure, if two high-tier Beckys are competing over Chad, then yes. But for his sake, in general, the vast majority of women don't worry about their looks. Yes, there are exceptions. I understand if you're fucking... But even then, you see, like, a regular-looking dude, body-wise, who's dating a fucking 400-pound thing. But that's more. The point is, yes, okay, if you weigh my 400-pound life, or if you're like hideously deformed, but women don't have to worry about looks the way men do, and that's well established. And you don't even need my lore for that. This is just fact of life. So Cassandra can look like a potato and still get a partner. You and me, we're shit out of luck, man. And that's not even the theme of my streams, but I fully subscribe to that belief. Absolutely. Exactly. This guy gets it. Play bass in the laundry room, and then as you're playing bass in the laundry room, I'll bring on Dubs. What's with this King Dubs? You're Chris Dubs. I'll bring on Dubsboro, and I'll bring on this guy, and Thule the Spick from Arizona can play the bass riff while two white dudes from Australia, a Spick from Arizona plays the bass. Two white guys from Australia have a rap battle. East Coast, West Coast. Wow, what a world we're living in. I couldn't imagine something like this, even in my twilight. Like, what a world we're living in. Well, then get a better microphone in your... And the laundry room might be better. It's a bit smaller. The sound won't escape as much. It'll reverb and bounce off the walls. Yeah. Play bass in the laundry room with a better microphone and better amp. And Dubs and this dude, depressed and want to creep, will come on and give us an Australian rap battle. Who wants this? Who wants to see an Arizona Spick play bass while two white guys from Australia, East Coast, West Coast, have a rap battle? Show of hands. I'd love to see it. That would be a fascinating stream. Hey, maybe Dumb can join him. A white guy from America who moved to Australia. He can school him. This will be fun. We'll all get together. Me, Thule in Arizona, Dubs in Perth, this dude here in New South Wales, and Dumb in New... Maybe this guy... Hey, even better. Instead of having multiple screens, Dumb and this guy can meet up in real life, have a cheeseburger, and they can join the rap battle. Oh, this will be... Oh, my God. See, this is why I do this. This is why I do this. Isn't this fun? Guys, isn't this fun? Whoa, Cassandra, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm not saying you get 100% validation, but to say you get no validation, now I'm upset. I said you were a good archivist. I may have said, please don't put the Dixie Chicks on, but I didn't hound you over which version to put on. I may criticize your memory, but I asked for your opinion. Should I refriend Dumb? I asked my brother first. When he said yes, I said, okay, now we go to stage 2. If he had said no, it would be the end of it. He says yes, stage 2, I need a woman's opinion. Can't trust Donda. I asked you. So to say you get no validation here, now you're being a bit Weasley Cassandra. You do get a lot of validation here, not just from me, from the other Starlings. Don't say you get none. You don't get 100%. Ooh, a girl, mommy Cassandra. You don't get that. I don't think you'd want that. None of us would want that. If you got that, I'd probably kick you off. Like some of these Starlings used to come in and used to simp over other nester girls. Mommy. I won't name names, but I'd say, Christ. If you Starlings are that desperate for some fucking, a woman my age to come on and read you a fucking nursery rhyme, something's wrong here. I'm dead fucking serious. So if you were that type, if you were a woman who came here and you drew in weak-minded fools, I would probably ban you. That would be a ban. That's the one time I'd say ban this bitch. You don't do that, and I respect the fact you don't do that. When these people come in and talk about their mommy reading them a bedtime story, it's like, whoa. Something's really wrong here. You can try. Yeah, the headphones can act as a microphone. It's two-way. That's absolutely correct. That's an old trick. If you don't have a mic, you need an extra mic. Plug in a pair of headphones. It's not as good, but I think it's the right one I think it's the right side. If I recall, it's been a long time. Yes, you can put it instead of the headphone jack. You can put headphones into the mic jack, and the headphones will they go both ways. They will act as a mic, but not as good. The sound is usually shit. But you can, in a pinch, use headphones as a microphone, as long as you plug it into the correct jack. Not in the headphone jack, in the microphone jack. Right. Not even before cell phones, the amps and stuff, and yeah, it's yes. Because if you're being sincere, you'd come on, share your face once, share your stats, and want to join our community. Yeah, sure. One step at a time here. Good. And meet up with this guy. He's called, this gentleman's name is Depressed and Wanted Creep. He's in New South Wales. Get in touch with him, whoever he is, and see if you can coordinate. And maybe he and Dumb can meet up in real life, and they can join us together. So we'll have you and me and Thule, and in the fourth box, we'll have him and Dumb together in real life. Cool. Do that. Awesome. Awesome. Yep. Very fun. Awesome. See, we get it now. Dumb, now you're lying. You and I know what happened off camera. Don't lie. Don't reinvent history. Don't try to. Don't try to. It was more than a cheeseburger to me, you asshole. JT says, you yourself said, I only met the guy once. He's a piece of shit. It was a nothing burger. Okay. But it meant something to me. All of that. Everything. Not just the cheeseburger. Cheeseburger is metaphorical for all of that. All of that. And we had a lot of lore leading up to that. There's more than just a fight. It was one cheese. No, there was so much more to me anyway. But I'm wrong because I'm a Spurg. What do I know? Yes, JT is doing what I didn't want. Like I used to have Starlings who'd fly in and they'd say, "Oh, see, you're streaming now, so we're here killing time. When is this other bitch going to come on and read me a fucking bedtime story and paint a wall?" I used to get that, and I'd say, "Guys, Christ, I'm not what you're looking for. If you're trying to kill time, just fly away." And then they did. We don't have that problem anymore. We used to get certain people, I won't name any names, we used to get like 5 or 6 people who wanted to turn the conversation into some other nester. When's mommy going to paint the wall and read me a bedtime story? And it was getting ridiculous. And now we're getting JT obsessed with the girl. Oh my God. This is what I try to, this is what I don't want in my coffee house. Not just at the rap battle. Will you actually meet? There's this guy. He's my new buddy. I haven't met him yet, but I know we'll be lifelong friends. He came on briefly. I don't know if he's still here, if he left. He's in New South Wales apparently with you. I've never met him before, but his name is Depressed and Wanted Creep. Kind of like you. You were Depressed and Wanted Man. This guy calls himself Depressed and Wanted Creep. He seems like an interesting fellow. He's from New South Wales, and I'd like for you to meet him in real life. I don't think he's that far from you. I think he's in the Sydney Metro. I get that vibe from looking at his videos, his kangaroo crossing, and he went to the Three Sisters like you did with Donda. So he's in your general area. Like we met up. I'm sure you and this guy can meet up, and the two of you together can come on. That would be fun. Seems like a nice guy. I think we'd all like him. We'd all love. In fact, you got to be careful. Got to be careful. You're jealous of me. I've never met Donda. If Donda meets this dude in real life, he might steal her away. So be careful. Don't bring Donda with you. But I think you and this guy would get along in real life otherwise. Whoever he is, Depressed and Wanted Creep. He agrees. So Depressed and Wanted Man and Depressed and Wanted Creep are going to meet up. I just hope Donda doesn't run. Don't let this guy steal Donda away from you, buddy. But whoever this guy is, I'm sure he's nice otherwise. This man would never unfriend me from Discord, unlike you, James. This is a real Spurg. You're just a failed normie. This guy is clearly a Spurg. He's not a failed normie. He's a Spurg like me. And he would never hurt my feelings like that. I just don't want Donda to run off with this dude. Like they're making out and Dumb blames me for it. That's my biggest fear. Donda might not be able to control herself. Her pussy will get wet when she sees Depressed and Wanted Creep. So I don't want to be blamed for breaking up. And then Dumb will be alone in Australia without work permits. And he won't be able to come home to a house here in Pennsylvania. So I don't want to be held responsible for wrecking a potential theoretical marriage if this dude runs away with Donda. Well, your looks don't come. Someone said you had nice tits. That's validation. And they said you look like a potato. Your looks don't really come up either way, I don't think. But when you got guys like White Computer Power, who hates my guts for whatever reason, because he didn't like the question I asked Todd, doesn't even know me or follow me, bans me flat out, that power, like you said, the chess move, but then he unbans me temporarily so he can come and look at Cassandra. That's got to be some, when my haters want to see the girl, that's got to be some kind of validation, I would imagine. Or maybe not. Maybe don't care. Women don't care. Maybe women don't. Maybe what men think is validation, women don't pick up on because they're so used to, the validation otherwise. I'd like that. I would like to see Dumb and Duck meet up. I just hope Duck doesn't steal Donda away from Dumb, Donda, Duck. Too many D's. We need some new names. What is this guy? He looks more like we got to think of a new name for everyone. Depressed and Wanted Man is now Undepressed Wanted Man, or it all starts with yes. What should we call this dude? What does he look like to me? Let's think about it. Yes, it would be too chatty. If we got Dumb in this dude, Donda won't be able to control herself. If we bring on Dubs and Thule, it's going to be an ugly spurg with like 4 handsome men, and I'll feel inadequate. If this guy here, if this dude and Dumb and Thule and Dubs are all in one stream, it's 4 sexy beasts with an ugly fucking spurg. Hair won't matter. Their faces are so pretty. I'll feel left out. Now I'm starting to think this is a bad idea. Hey, we got guys who will fuck. Look up Astoria Destroyer. There are dudes who will fuck like flashlights with a hole. Guys who will fuck like little almost like a doll without a head or arms. Picture like a little girlie's a little dolly. A little girl has her doll. Rip off the head, rip off the arms, rip off the legs. You got guys who like screw a doll's body or a flashlight with an opening. So yeah, a potato with tits in real life, a real girl who looks like a potato with tits. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of men will be lining up. Absolutely. You don't get it, do you? I like that idea. You make you get time off from work, take your holiday time, we call vacation, go across the country. Maybe you can attend, like you said, you want to go to Dumb and Donda's wedding. Maybe you can meet up with this guy and invite, hey, rap battle at the wedding. Dumb and Donda will say, you may not, what do they say in Australia? I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. Dumb and Donda will make out. And then this dude here and Dubs will go, enough for the entertainment. We'll have a nice rap battle. Oh, it'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. Stream the wedding. That'd be awesome. Who's Dong? We got Dumb Duck, Dubs. Dumb Duck and Dubs and Donda. All these D's. My God. Oh, my God. Someone should do a survey. Is like, when it comes to YouTube names, is D the most popular starting letter? Do most people have a little D in their profile pic before they change it? I'm amazed at all these D's. Wow. Is D? I thought E was the most common letter. Is D the most common starting letter for a name? We got Dumb, Duck, Dubs, Donda. We got the 4 Ds. The 4D fair. That'd be awesome. Wow. 4D. We're gonna have a show for you now in 4D. It's in 4D. We got Dumb and Duck and Dubs and Donda. The show is in 4D. Ultra quality 4-dimension Dumb, Duck, Dubs, Donda. That'd be awesome. Yay! Thule begins with a C. You got to go back, man. You got to change your name to Dooley, Drooly. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. You're in luck. I got a little beer left in the can. You got lucky, punks. The can still had some beer. It's Carlsberg. Crown and Shamrock. What I call a Shamrock. It's actually a barley hop. Shamrock Crown, not elephant. I fucking hate the elephant. It's disgusting. Maybe I'll try it again. The elephant one's disgusting. This is all. It's amazing how, you think one is good, one's okay, or they're both good or they're both shit. No. When it comes to Carlsberg, there's no in between. This is great, phenomenal. The other one sucks. God, does it suck. Danish Pilsner. That's where Denmark Andy and Denmark Guy are from. Denmark. Exactly, not elephant. And just like Dumb changed his name, we got to think of a better name for this dude. Instead of depressed and wanted creep, he should be something else. We'll keep the D. We got to think of something else. It can still start with a D. I won't throw. It can still be the 4D fest. He can still be a D, but I don't think Duck suits him. Depressed and wanted creep. No, he's got to change his name. So we got Dumb, Donda, Dubs, and we need a D name for this dude other than depressed and wanted creep. Let's think. I got it. I just thought of a great name because even though this guy's all upset and depressed, I just thought of a great D name. A great D name we can give him. Wait for it. Oh, this is great. It still starts with a D, but it's better than depressed and want to creep. I want to call this guy Delighted by Friends. We'll get him to have some friends with Dumb and Dubs and Donda. He can be the 4th D, but instead of depressed and want to creep, he can be Delighted by Friends. We'll call him DBF. DBF, Delighted by Friends. Duck, don't worry. I'm here to save you, Duck. I don't know you, but I'm here to save you. You're no longer DUC. You're DBF. Delighted by Friends, because you and Dumb and Donda and Dubs are going to be the best of friends. You might not get along. I admit, you and Dubs might not get along. You might say this is shit, but you, Donda, for sure. In fact, Donda might even fall in love with you because you're that sexy. You, Dumb, and Donda are going to be the best of friends. We'll call him Delighted by Friends. Delighted by Friends, and we'll call it DBF for short. Great. So we'll have... Well, let me type it again. The 4 Ds. Dumb. There we go. All in 4D. Depressed and Wanted Man, Dubs, Donda, and Delighted by Friends. Oh, it'll be great. It'll be glorious. Delighted by Friends. Yeah, it'll be beautiful. See, this is why I stream. Like I said, Dev Pike hated everyone. Block, like pull the trigger. You know, that chess move Cassandra was talking about. Block everybody. Because of me saying no. Don't block everybody, idiot. Don't call everyone a moron. Give them a chance. I welcome everybody. Cassandra gets a chance. Zenesis gets a chance. Even Donda gets a chance. And now you're buddies with them because, you know, you don't like Horsehead. Bad Horsehead. No, if Horsehead gave you advice on your coffee house girl, he'd be your friend. You have friends because of me. If left to your own devices, Dev, you pull the trigger and ban them all like Alicia Pisha or a White Computer Power. I'm trying to teach. I think I'm getting through to Dev. There's no hope for White Computer Power or Kid Froglet or who wanted to. He loves having his name mentioned. He wanted to be part of the community. Kid Froglet, White Computer Power, Alicia Pisha. There's no hope for them, but I think there's hope for Dev Pike, and I definitely think there's hope for the 4 Ds. Dumb, Dubs, Donda, and I've now christened Duck DBF. Delighted by Friends. Yes. Yep. Don't laugh at that name. It's a beautiful name. DBF, Delighted by Friends. Oh my God. Dubs, the plot thickens. He can fly from here. The plot thickens. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I wonder if there's something to this. Is D the most common letter of a YouTube name? Wow. Or do I just bring in the D people? Or is it some psychological, like, you know, those stupid online tests? Are you red? Are you blue? Are you yellow? What's your personality color? Or something like that. Or which character are you? Which letter of the alphabet are you? I bring in all the D's, apparently. Okay, we got Dumb, DBF, Donda, Dubs, and Dev Pike. We got 5D. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'll keep the name of Midsummer Night's Schtream, but I'll put in parentheses in 5D. Oh, my God. This is brilliant. My God. Depressed and Wanted Man. Delighted by Friends. Donda, Dubs, Dev Pike. Oh, my God. Wow. We've had a breakthrough tonight. I'll go to 3 hours. You got me to 3 hours. We had a breakthrough tonight. Wow. Okay. So we're winding down. We have a plan. We know what we're doing now. We're going to get the 5 Ds together in real life in Sydney or Brisbane. Oh, this is going to be glorious. We can start a GoFundMe. You can send me and my brother and Thule to Australia so we can hang out with the 5 Ds here. Oh, my God. What a breakthrough we've had. Well, delighted by friends. If you're still watching, you can come on my panel sometime because I'm sure you've made a friend. We'll be Discord friends forever. You would never unfriend me over a misunderstanding. Delighted by friends. You're welcome to come on anytime. Oh, yeah. I'm going to, my brother will finish that up. If it looks good, I'll post it. Or maybe, you know what? I'll send it to you. I'll give you a private link or what's it called? Unlisted link. You can check it out first. You get the sneak peek because you've been such a loyal Starling. And now you got rid of the other, the women here, the handful of them. You're our token bitch. I will simp for you and let you see it first. How's that sound, Cass? You like that idea, Cassandra? Hell yeah. To the yeah. You've got a friend in D. That's fucking amazing. You've got a friend. I bring in the D personalities. I'm the D list. Oh my God, the D list. Okay. Dumb dubs. How many times I'll forget? DBF. Delighted by. So duck is now DBF. Delighted by friends. Okay, cool. Wow. This is going to be a very expensive wedding. A very expensive wedding, dumb. Because the Ds have to pay for it. We're all on the D list. The Ds are paying for it. Wow. Oh my God! I just thought of something. Can we get you mentioned Doggo? Can we get Dragon Lord Frodo to come out of retirement? Oh my God! The 7 Ds. Oh wow! This is going someplace. Wow. Donda, please stop calling him Duck. He's no longer depressed. I want to creep. He's now DBF. Delighted by friends. Don't you insult my friend like that. I re-added your bitch boy dumb because you begged me to, and my brother and Cassandra said it was okay. This dude here would never pull a dumb on me. This is DBF. Delighted by friends. Don't you make fun of my man. Wow. All right. But yeah, is D like the most subconsciously the most go-to letter, or do I just bring in the D personality types? People have that mindset to pick a D for their name. Flock to me. I'm OC with an O, occupational. But you know, Thule, we are through a looking glass here. We are through a looking glass. See that? We're through the looking glass. You got to ask him. Ask him. Not a bad idea. He might try to be a rebel and say, I'll pick any name but a D name. In fact, I'll make sure there's a single D in my name. He might do that in response. Whoa. And that's funny. She was actually here on the street. She rarely comes around. She's one of those rare Starlingettes. But she was actually here earlier tonight. She said hi and bye. I'm not going to scroll up and find it. Whoa, I bring in the D's, man. I'm the D list. Whoa, I bring in the, wow, that's wild. Let's think of all the D's. Wow, is that wild? Jeez. So we've got Dumb, Dubs, Donda, DBF, formerly Duck, now Delighted by Friends, DBF, Doggo, Dragon Lord Frodo, Darnell Dodge. Wow. Whoa, is this getting wild? I bring in the D's. That's why Darnell Dodge came. Without knowing it subconsciously, she picked a D subconsciously, and the D pickers are drawn to me. Wow. If you think about it, more than half my Starlings have a name that begins with D. This is crazy. JT, you're now DT or DJ. I like DJ better. JT, change your name to DJ, and you can be at the party. Exactly. When you all get together, when you and Dumb and Donda at their wedding, you and this dude, and if we can get Doggo and Dragon Lord Frodo and Darnell Dodge, wow. Yes, the D list. I like it, Dubs. You D folk, you D list folk, D representing. All right, I think we've accomplished. I'm glad I streamed. We accomplished something here tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Half of you have a name that begins with D. Never thought about it, but fascinating. And yeah, Dev Pike. It's a shame Dev Pike couldn't be here to represent, but we had enough D's in the house. Great stream. Hell of a stream. See, if JT sticks around and learns the lore, he might learn something here. Instead of trying to burn down the coffee house, he might learn something. Because, yes, it was a great stream. It was fascinating. Yes, great stream. Yes. So to Cassandra and to Thule and to all my D folk. And who else? Who else was here tonight? All my D folk, whether present or not. Cassandra, Thule, and was there someone else here? Mebanks wasn't here, but oh well. I'm sure he'll watch it later. To all y'all, for all, good night to all, and to all a good night. Occupational Click out.